step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Oh, a beautiful morning greets you, beautiful people. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC. Get in there and get in there.
Good morning.
We're all in good spirits this morning, aren't we?
There is a feeling, there's a vibe here this morning, man.
I'll tell you about it a bit later.
It might have a little something to do with the superstar that has just waltzed into studio. Dom Scott is here, South African Olympian, long-distance runner.
Yeah.
Back in South Africa for a very brief time. We've got her right here before she heads back. So excited, man.
I had like the most awkward moment with her in the green room. I was getting my makeup done, and I just gotten cream on my hands, and she walked in, and I went to shake her hand, but then I realized my hands are so creamy, but I went forth. I was like, sorry for my creamy hands. But we shook hands anyway. It was cool.
She'll remember you, dude. She'll remember you.
Well, listen, also coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we'll take a look at our local entertainment news. Some of our local stars traveling from New York to Paris, making us all extremely jealous. And then, of course, JP Sebastian in studio. It's Thursday, which means it's time to take a look at all the movies in the box office.
What's the feature movie today, is it?
It's the Snowman. Something scary with Michael Fassbender. Nice.
Now listen, if you're looking to find out why we are in such very good spirits this morning, it's because Manoosh is our guest artist today. The quartet, beautiful. Check out my Twitter feed. We just like posted a crazy warm-up video of how we were getting out ever. Okay, and they'll be performing live on your Feel Good Breakfast Show this Thursday. But let's get the day underway and check out those temperatures around our country.
Let's do that. Thank you very much, team. Good morning from my side. Let's have a feel-good Thursday. Let's kick it off with your weather and temperatures. And it seems like the northeastern parts of the country can expect clear skies today with warm conditions, while over the east coast and along the southwestern region as well, temperatures tend to be much cooler with maximums only reaching the teens. Ons hardloop vinnig deur. Polokwane begin op 11 grade minimum en 'n warmer 28. Mbombela 12 en baie warm 31 grade. Pretoria 11-28. Johannesburg 9 en 'n matige 25. Mahikeng 14-30. Klerksdorp begin op 9 grade minimum en 'n maksimum van 28. Kimberley 28. Bloemfontein 7-27. Richards Bay 16-29. Johannesburg kicking off on 11 degrees minimum with a maximum 23. Durban 16-23. Mthatha 9-19. East London 11 and a maximum of 18 degrees. Cradock starting off on a cool 5 degrees minimum, reaching a maximum of 19. Port Elizabeth 11-18. George 10-16. Sutherland very cold 2 degrees minimum with a maximum of 17 degrees. Cape Town 10-18. Worcester 6-19. Springbok starting off on 10 minimum with a maximum 26. And Uppington on 13 minimum and a nice and hot maximum 30 degrees Celsius. That's a wrap of your weather for the 6:30 bulletin. We'll keep you updated as always. I'm back just after 7.
Well, let's take a first look at the roads. We start off Gauteng in Pretoria. Now on Mapopane Highway eastbound, there's been an accident just before Bremer Street exit. It's likely to cause some congestion approaching the scene. And then moving to the Western Cape in Khayelitsha, where on the N2 inbound traffic is queuing. That's from the R300 highway interchange and the Borchards Quarry Road exit. That's where we leave your traffic for now. Another update coming your way in half an hour.
Pharmadynamics, effective, affordable healthcare.
So let's get emotional for a second here. As children of Africa, we may spread our wings far and wide, but we will always hear the call of home. And we are so happy to welcome back, after 8 months of being based in the US, one of South Africa's most competitive long-distance runners. I am talking about the inspiring Dom Scott. She is back here in SA. Dominique, looking at your Twitter feed, you have been busy. This wasn't a holiday by any stretch of the imagination. Welcome back to South Africa. How does it feel when you come back to SA and you get the kind of reception that you've had?
Thank you. It's so great to be back home. It's great. You know, South Africa is obviously my home and will always be my home. It's where my heart is. So coming home, hearing the South African accents and just being welcomed back warmly, it's awesome. Loving the
little twang on your accent there as well. You've chosen, and I think made the right choice, to base yourself in the US. You've had incredible successes over the last year. What was the motivation to make that the epicenter of your running world? Has it paid off, do you think?
I think so. After graduating, matriculating from Renish Girls High School out in Stellenbosch, got a scholarship to go and attend the University of Arkansas and run for the Razorbacks, and it was really great. It helped me reach new heights in my running, and this has been my first year running professionally since college, running for Adidas, and just decided that being in America, training with my college coach was going to keep things as similar as possible, not change too much, and hopefully still allow me to get better and get faster. So that's why I decided to stay in the States this past year.
Because this is a long-term goal, especially with a long-distance runner. You've probably got a much longer window to be able to capitalize. And how important is that continuity, having the right people around to achieve those results?
You're absolutely right. Yeah, being a long distance runner and a female, one only peaks closer to 30. So I have about a 10-year window now to kind of get the most out of my body, most out of my career, and definitely planning to get the most out of myself.
You're not even straining, you're just smiling your way across the finish line there, man.
No, it's been great. But yeah, definitely having a team around me, having the right coach, the right training partners, the right training environment is really important. So right now, being in Arkansas in the States is allowing me to do that.
Well, it hasn't stopped you from coming back and sharing some of those pearls of wisdom with South African athletes. How have they responded to having you here? I mean, you've been busy since you've been back. You've done a couple of workshops. That must be really cool, being able to pass on this very unique knowledge that you've now developed.
Thank you. Yeah, it really is. It's really important to me, you know, giving back and inspiring young athletes, the athletes of tomorrow, because I wouldn't be here today if I didn't have athletes that had inspired me to chase my dreams and dream big. So I'm trying to encourage the youth of South Africa now to dream big for themselves and then go and chase their dreams. And hopefully I'm doing that.
You are, and you're proving it every single day. Bon voyage, all the best of luck when you get back with the Razorbacks. I'm sure they're missing that side as well, but thank you so much for putting in so much effort while you've been here. It really is cool to see, and to see how proudly South African you are is inspiring. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, great to have you here, Dominique. Thank you very much for sharing the morning with us. A quick catch-up with you on social media. We know we're all about positive vibes on Expresso. So what we asked you on Facebook this morning is, what's the most wonderful thing to have happened to you this week? Garth says that he just passed grade 9, passed all my subjects, got the report yesterday. Congratulations on that. Innocent says, I recently got my and I would advise people not to give up. Great advice. Lois was saying here that I'm still alive and healthy, and I'm liking this one from Talwanda saying, all the way from Port Elizabeth, Woma, location Ikasi, wishing happy birthday to Amahle. Keep those comments rolling on our Facebook page, and of course use our hashtag on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, hashtag Expresso Show.
Oh, well, listen, we're taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. When we get back, we'll take a look at our local entertainment news. Sashi Naidu making all jealous, exploring the Big Apple. We'll bring you some of her travel journeys in our entertainment
Absolutely,
news.
And then we also run you through all of the movies you need to know ahead of this weekend. Yes, it's Thursday. The weekend is just around the corner. We've got JP Sebastian giving us everything we need to know after the break. Welcome back. This is Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso right on SABC 3. It's a Feel Good Thursday. Yes,
it sure is.
You sounded unsure there for a second.
Well, I want to say Thundering Thursday.
Thundering Thursday,
somewhere.
Feel Good Thundering Thursday.
Thundering Thursday, there's all the good things.
It's all about the travel feels today, man, as we report on some local entertainers out there. Sashi Naidu, always a jet setter, and her latest trip is no exception. She took to Instagram to share some of these envious-worthy pictures of her exploring the Big Apple, New York, taking the streets, looking oh so glam, and even getting a bartending lesson, apparently.
Oh, wow.
Seems like Sashi's having a fun time. I don't know if that was a bartending lesson or a bar sipping lesson. Either way, he's having a great time in the Big Apple. And in other news, move on over Bonang, because another top-billing presenter is in Paris, making the town his own. I'm talking about none other than Chris Jafter from Top Billing, who's shared some stunning photos of his fun in Paris. As if the Eiffel Tower itself isn't enough, how about sitting front row at the fashion shows and just looking suave while you're doing it as well? Seems like he is having a great time in the city of lights. Look at that. I mean, stop. It's too much. Sashi and Chris just giving us all the travel vacay feels. And it's not even holiday yet. Eh? Must be nice.
Yeah,
must be so nice. We can just dream of these things. When last did you guys go on a luxurious holiday like that?
Sure. Do you want me to really say it out loud?
Yeah, you can say. When?
A couple of years, eh?
Sorry, that just hit me in the feels a little bit.
I'm so glad I resonated with you.
Could we organize you on a trip? Let's organize a trip for you and take him to Paris in the Free State. Yeah,
okay. Well, that was our local
nice, thank you.
entertainment news for you on the Feel Good Breakfast Show. And you know what? Someone else that also gets to travel is Springbok flank Siya Kolisi and Western Province player Skaran Debeni. They went on an outdoor adventure with Jade Hubner, and Lorna got to meet award-winning musician Lyra, and that's all on Top Billing tonight at 8:30, so do not miss out.
This Thursday, we're attending the bright and beautiful wedding of photographer Dimo Kutama and Zambian designer Rina Chunga.
Fashion duo Rina and Dimo have dressed countless celebrities in their African contemporary designs, from Terry Peto to Nomzamo Mbata. There's a very special event coming up, and it sees them this time becoming the stars of their own creations.
I just wanna feel good every day. I wanna wear
Lorna plays catch-up and a round of golf with singer Lyra.
Ooh, I love to play with Lorna. Ooh, I love it when she dances. Ooh, I love it, love it, love it, love it when she dances.
You're invited to explore a beautiful Frank Lloyd Wright-inspired home.
African queen. Okay, I can't sing. But I do think I'm a little bit better than Jeannie when it comes to singing. But I don't think Yvonne Chaka Chaka would have been very happy with that rendition of her song.
You gave it a good go.
I tried.
We attend Durban's biggest celebration of African food, music, fashion and writing.
The Essence Festival, I think, is absolutely beautiful. The message has always been strong. It's always been about uplifting, about empowering women, and about showing African women that they can be something in society.
Jade joins rugby player Siya Kolisi and friends for a quick weekend break in the bush.
Siya, your nickname is The Bear. Where does it come from?
I think it was a game. I tackled someone hard, but I think it's actually disappearing now.
Yeah, it's extinct.
Extinct, yeah, endangered. Yeah, endangered species.
Don't miss Top Billing this Thursday night at 8:30. Repeat Sunday at 1. SABC 3. The stage is yours.
Absolutely. Be sure to catch Top Billing tonight, SABC 3 at 8:30 p.m. But right now, it's time for us to reflect on the box office top 5 before we chat to our movie critique, JP Sebastian.
Reflect.
Kingsman crowned the top 5 last week. What did you get up to at SA's box office this weekend? A chip off the old block, but funnier than Batman, the Lego Ninjago movie falls a spot to 5. Rest in peace, circuses everywhere. It's done 18 million rand here in 4 weeks and 4th. So Channing Tatum, Julianne Moore and Jeff Bridges walk into a movie. That's it. Nothing happens. Kingsman, The Golden Circle is 3rd. I hopelessly stared at my computer for a day before typing this. The Emoji Movie moves back up to 2nd. But there is hope. Blade Runner 2049 is the #1 and the most cinematic experience you could ask for this year. Go watch it again.
All right, Blade Runner 2049 at number 1 there. Any surprises there, JP?
None at all, except that I know that in the United States, Blade Runner kind of tanked, only opening with $31 million. Compare it, which opened with $160 million.
Boom. So, but of course, after such a long time, one would expect it. All right, let's get into the movies of this coming weekend. The last word from director Mark Pellington.
If you're into schmaltzy and feel good and whatnot, that's not too bad a thing. This kind of reminded me of About Schmidt. But anyway, the last word stars Shirley MacLaine and Amanda Seyfried. Shirley MacLaine is this old lady who is a grumpus her whole life and a control freak. She's this ex-business lady who has decided, you know what, I'm going to control everything down to the last letter, including my own obituary.
Oh, wow.
So she hires a journalist, sort of presses her into writing this fancy obituary for her. And Amanda Seyfried, this journalist, decides she's going to go do her own research and find out, wait, who is this woman exactly? She doesn't get to write it herself. Goes to talk to ex-husband, goes to talk to old friends, goes to talk to whoever else and whatnot, and turns out she needs to do some life changes, and so she decides to turn her life around at the last minute, and it ends up being all sweet and saccharine. So, hey, feel good.
Looking at this poster here, safety comes with a price. Shot caller.
Yes, the price indeed is that this gentleman is arrested for DUI, that's driving under the influence. So he's not a hardened criminal at all, but goes into prison, surrounded by hardened criminals, and has to...
That's Jaime Lannister.
Indeed, yes, our Game of Thrones man. He is just thrown into this very violent culture where he, feels like obviously he needs to survive to get back to his family once he's served his term. But to get protection, he does some violent things, and obviously extends his term. Once you get protection in prison, you're required by these gangsters to do a job outside. So while he's trying to get back to his family, he's now sunk into the criminal underworld. It looks really good, actually. From the producers of Drive, very stuff, very different from the last one.
So from shot caller to whale caller, this movie, the poster already just smacks of proudly South African. I can already see Selo Makeka Ngube there, a.k.a. Achimoroka, from director Zola Maseko. You were telling me from the book by Ntate Zakes.
So the story being sort of magic realism in the way it's told. It's almost like a love letter to Hermanus by the looks of things. So there's this guy who is the local whale caller, which I think most South Africans know about what that sort of like mythology is. But he's trapped in, you could say, this magical love triangle between the local town drunk and also this southern right whale who is more precious to him than humanity itself, it seems. Wow. He's a loner and he keeps to himself, and she tries to tear him into the real world, but she's also trapped in her own sort of thoughts and whatnot. If you like the idea of fantasy with romance, it's nice to see something totally different.
Absolutely.
Like, because it's like I said, imbued with almost like magic realism to it, otherworldliness and whatnot, but it's a romance.
We'll definitely be checking that out. And then finally, Unlocked over here. Am I looking at Orlando Bloom?
And Numira Paz, who you might remember from The Drop, who you might remember from Prometheus. I really like this actress. She's really good. It includes John Malkovich too and Michael Douglas. So she is a CIA agent who is called into a rendition. This is one of these things where they kidnap poor innocent people usually and press them for information, and she finds out that that is a setup. That's not actually the guy she's supposed to be interrogating. She's supposed to be somewhere else. So someone's trying to eke information out of her. She doesn't know if it's the agency, she doesn't know if it's a counter-agency or terrorist force or whatnot, but the information she also needs is to avert an impending terrorist attack, possibly.
Goodness.
So all sorts of sides sandwiched in against that. Another action movie. If you're not into Shot Caller and the prison thing and whatnot, hey, maybe you're looking for that.
Check out The Whale Caller. I'm going to be doing that this weekend, and later on we'll be taking a look at, there it is, The Snowman. That's our feature movie of the week. And of course, remember to catch all of these movies we've been talking about at your nearest new metro. We'll have a chat to JP a bit later on.
Now, running a very exciting competition on your Feel Good Breakfast show, where the winner will receive a 500 Rand Woolworths gift card. And this is your final chance to win, because the competition will end today. And to get in on the action, all you have to do is download the new Woolworths app. Once you're on the app, you scroll to the As Seen on Expresso and Afternoon Express carousel, where you can look, you can swipe from right to left, choose your favorite item from this week's presenter's wardrobe. And once you've chosen your favorite item, take a screenshot of the item and then post your screenshot as a reply to the competition post found on Expresso Show's Facebook page. Let us know what your favorite fashion item is. I want to hear it straight from you, and make sure you download the app to let us know. And if you'd like the link sent to your phone, then it's pretty easy. We'll make it easy for you. If you've got access to the App Store, SMS that keyword app to 33728, or if you're an Android user, SMS the keyword play to 33728. Those SMSs will cost you R1.50 each. No free SMSs apply, and the competition will end tonight at a minute away from midnight, but T's and C's do apply.
Well, stick around with us on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Lots more vibes coming your way. Feel Good vibes at that. Listen, your What's Trending this morning. Stick around for that because we got a great little clip of two toddlers. They're twins and they have the most amazing little secret handshake they're sharing with the world. Stick around for that.
Then they've already sent us into a frenzy, so I have no doubt they're going to set your day on the perfect course. Give the Queenie wave, guys. It's Manoosh in studio this morning. Sounding absolutely phenomenal. We love having you guys here. We love having you here as well, so don't stray too far. We'll see you in a sec.
Happy feet. Been working from 9 to 5. My head hurts and my feet are tired. If there's one thing that'll keep me up, it's something I feel like dancing and moving and grooving to the beat. Come on, boy, let's get things going. Move to the groovy beat. I feel like shaking and baking. Boy, I just can't stop. Cause you know the shit I took has got me all worked up. I see her from across the room. She looks fine in that tight boot tube. So I walked over and introduced myself and said, hey, baby, come over here. Dancing and moving and grooving to the beat. Come on, boy, let's get things going. Move to the groovy beat. I feel like shaking, baking. Boy, I just can't stop. Cause you know the stuff I took has got me all worked up. Going, move to the groovy beat. I feel like shaking, baking, boy, I just can't stop. Cause you know the stuff I took has got me all worked up. I feel like dancing, moving, grooving to the beat. Come on, boy, let's get things going. Move to the groovy beat. I feel like shaking, baking, boy, I just can't stop. Cause you know the stuff I took has got.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
At Samsung, we develop technology so you can live life. Samsung, a way of life.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso only on SABC3. We're having a ball of a time here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show this morning. Listen, let's quickly take a look at some of those funny, interesting and random stories we stumbled across on social media.
Well, listen, we came across some adorable footage of identical twins not only sharing, you know, the same outfit and hairstyle, but they've got a secret handshake, and you just have to see how adorable it is.
Let's check this out. Oh.
Oh my word!
Who's the leader?
Little baby geniuses right there.
Overflowing.
At the end there. Wow. Oh, man, I can't actually look at you. I'm going to start crying with laughter. I have to do this to eyes front. We've all been there. You're trying down on a beautiful piece of pizza and you just have to take a break and put your head down and sleep. This is exactly what happened to this pug. Take a look at this.
Me. I'm only healthy from now on. Me later that day.
Oh, if you thought that was staged, they had to put the hoodie on first, then get it to fall asleep, then put the pizza in his mouth.
Gee whiz. When last did you feel like that?
Carb crash, man.
Sleep while eating.
Yeah, while I had pizza in your mouth, it was too much.
Never.
Dude, with a baby, you like that all the time, dude. Every night I'm like, oh.
Anyway, listen, let us know about the stories you found on social media that have kept your interest, put a smile on your face, and please do share them with us using hashtag Expresso Show. Right now, time for some music. You guys ready for some music?
Let's do some music.
One of my favorite bands, man, in the studio, they go by the name Manoosh, a mixture of French gypsy with South African influences, toe-tapping, fun-loving dancing music. They're currently recording their EP, and right now they're about to perform Happy Feet for us. Manoosh, take it away!
Been working from 9 to 5. My head hurts and my feet are tired. If there's one thing that'll keep me up, it's some good tunes and some gin in my cup. I feel like dancing, moving, grooving to the beat. Come on, boy, let's get things going. Move to the groovy beat. I feel like shaking, baking, boy, I just can't stop. Cause you know the stuff I took has got me all worked up. I see her from across the room. She looks fine in that tight boot shoe. So I walk over and introduced myself and said, hey baby, come over here. Like dancing, moving, grooving to the beat. Come on boy, let's get things going. Move to the groovy beat. I feel like shaking, baking, boy, I just can't stop. Cause you know the stuff I took has got me all worked up. I feel like dancing, moving, grooving to the beat. Come on, boy, let's get things going. Move to the groovy beat. I feel like shaking, baking, boy, I just can't stop. Cause you know the stuff I took has got me all worked up. I feel like dancing, moving, grooving to the beat. Come on, boy, let's get things going. Move to the groovy beat. I feel like shaking, baking, boy, I just can't stop. Cause you know the stuff I took has got me all worked up. Cause you know the stuff I took has got me all worked up. Cause you know the stuff I took has got me all worked up.
What a way to start the Feel Good morning. Thank you very much. Right. Always amazing to have you guys. Let me just get among the group here. Beautiful stuff. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Great. Busy.
I can't count on my two hands how many shows I've seen you performing at. And always, I think, just like everyone else in the audience, thinking, when are you guys going to produce something, get in the studio, record something, and finally now you are? Yes?
Yes.
Tell me what's happening. Tell me what's happening.
While we're recording another EP, we have already have like one instrumental album out, and then we have a second one, third one. So we're in the process of just putting it together. It's been recorded.
Yeah.
So we're just putting it together and making it sound extra good.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sarah's producing the whole thing.
I was about, so as producer and contributor to the entire EP, how do you choose the music? Have you written original stuff? What's going on?
Well, we're trying to keep this album as original as possible.
Yeah.
We've got 1 or 2 standards and then a few other pumping tunes, and we just try to record as many tunes as we could in studio, and then we're just going to choose the best ones from that and give you a hard-hitting EP. Woo!
Keep it bumping, hard-hitting EP.
Yeah.
And you can check a hard-hitting performance. Cafe Roo, you guys are performing. Is it tonight?
Tonight.
Tonight, what time? Where can we get the details?
One night only. You can get the tickets from web tickets, I think.
Yeah.
Or you can get them at the door, but I think there are very few left. So if you want to get in there, it's going to be
in there
now.
Yeah.
Tickets are 120 Rand.
Excellent.
And dinner starts at 7 and the show starts at 8:30.
And it's a beautiful venue to be seeing a live act as well, so go and check them out tonight. Also link up with us on our Facebook page and let us know what you thought about that performance of Happy Feet, because I feel like dancing, moving, grooving.
Thank you so much, Kat. In your news on your Thursday morning, in your national news, Parliament's Public Enterprises Committee has confirmed that its inquiry into Eskom will start on Tuesday next week. The committee is one of 4 instructed by National Assembly House Chairperson Cedric Frolick to investigate allegations of state capture at state-owned enterprises. Since June, the committee has been grappling with having to find a skilled evidence leader and resources for the probe. Then the Independent Electoral Commission has launched a massive online campaign to confirm and collect addresses of 26 million voters for a credible voters' roll in time for the 2019 national elections. This comes after a Constitutional Court judgment in June last year that the IEC had failed to collect and maintain addresses for a credible voters' roll. The initiative will help the country's 26 million registered voters to go online to confirm and update their details, while the 3 million unregistered and those who don't have internet access will be accommodated for at open stations next year. In your international news this morning, Spanish Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy has threatened to remove Catalonia's regional autonomy after an emergency cabinet meeting to discuss how to respond to Catalan separatists signing an independence declaration. In a televised address, he asked the region's leader Charles Puigdemont to clarify whether independence had already been declared before the Spanish government decides how to react. Mr. Puigdemont has insisted Catalans have earned the right to independence, but that separatists would delay implementing it for several weeks to give dialogue with Madrid a chance. And lastly, more than 150 people are missing in wildfires that have ravaged northern California's wine region. At least 17 people are now confirmed dead, and more than 2,000 buildings have been destroyed by the fires which broke out on Sunday. US President Donald Trump declared a major disaster in California, freeing up federal funding and resources to help fight the 17 large wildfires in the western state. That's a wrap of your news headlines for 7 o'clock. We'll get into it at the top of the hour again at 8 o'clock. Right now, Graham is standing by with your sports.
Let's start here in South Africa, where SA Rugby have announced that Springbok forwards coach Johan van Graan will be leaving the national side to become the new head coach of Irish side Munster. Van Graan joined the Springbok coaching staff back in 2012 and has since coached the side for 69 tests, working under both Heineke Meyer and Alistair Coetzee. Van Graan is expected to join Munster next month, having signed a contract up until June 2020, and we certainly wish him well on his tenure. On to tennis. Roger Federer marched on to the round of 16 at the Shanghai Masters yesterday as he beat Argentina's Diego Schwartzman in straight sets. After a close 7-6 win in that opening set, Federer made light work of the second, eventually seeing out a 6-4 win with his 14th ace of the match. In other results from yesterday, sadly, Kevin Anderson fell to a straight set loss against German Jan-Lennard Struff, whilst elsewhere there were wins for Rafa Nadal, Gilles Simon and Grigor Dimitrov. Then on to football. The Premier Soccer League confirmed that this weekend's MTN 8 final will still be taking place at the Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban, despite the heavy flooding in the area this past week. And following an assessment of the state of the stadium and the pitch, the league stated that they are satisfied with the condition of the pitch and that final will go ahead as planned. Of course, SuperSport United and Cape Town City will be battling it out for the very lucrative MTN 8 trophy on Saturday. Kickoff for the game in Durban is at 7 o'clock. Then staying with football news, a little further afield, FIFA's former Secretary General Jerome Falk appeared before the Court of Arbitration for Sport yesterday to appeal his 10-year ban from soccer. In January last year, Falk was fired from FIFA and banned from the sport for his involvement in irregular ticket sales, of course, for the 2014 World Cup in Brazil. The verdict of Falk's appeal is expected to be announced within the next few weeks. And that's where we leave our sport for now.
Well, let's take another look at your roads, starting off in Gauteng and Devland. Now, there's some congestion building on the N1 highway northbound. That's between Morocco Bypass and the N12 highway interchange. Moving to the Western Cape and Kuils River, we're on the R300 highway northbound. The right lane's being closed. That's after Van Riebeek Road due to roadworks taking place. So please be patient on that route and allow for some extra travel time this morning. Well, that's where we leave your traffic for now on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Zoe. Let's quickly get into your weather for another time here on your Thursday morning. And it seems like the northeast parts of the country can expect clear skies with nice and warm temperatures. However, while along the east coast and also the western region, you can expect much cooler conditions with temperatures only reaching the teens today. So stay warm in those areas. Jou temperature Polokwane begin op 11 grade minimum met 'n maksimum van 28. Mbombela 12:31, Pretoria 11:28. Johannesburg begin op 9 en 'n maksimum 25. Mahikeng 14:30, Klerksdorp 9:28. Kimberley begin op 10 minimum met 'n maksimum van 28 grade. Bloemfontein 27, Richards Bay 16:29, Pietermaritzburg op 11 grade minimum en 'n maksimum 23 grade, Durban 16:23, Mthatha starting off on 9 minimum with a maximum 19 degrees, East London 11:18, Cradock 5:19, Port Elizabeth 11 with a maximum 18 degrees, George 10:16, Sutherland 2:17, Cape Town 10:18, Worcester 6 with a maximum of 19, Springbok 10:26, and Uppington starting off on 13, reaching a nice and hot maximum of 30 degrees Celsius. That's a wrap of your weather for the 7 o'clock bulletin. One more update heading your way at just after 8 o'clock.
Spend 400 Rand or more at BP. Swipe your Avios card and you could win big. Make your dream holiday a reality with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive.
Well, I might know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. How does a dream holiday sound? Well, you can win 300,000 Avios points in the BP Fuel My Festive competition and find out for yourself. These points can be redeemed for flights, accommodation, and even car hire, getting you closer to that dream holiday than ever before. Now, we asked you, what would you do with 300,000 Avios points? And here's what some of you had to say on our social media platforms. First up, Rosalind Engelbrecht from Cape Town would love to go island hopping in Greece. Nice choice. Making the island of Santorini her first stop. Very good choice. Leonie Adlem, who loves cold and rainy weather and the Alps, would go to Switzerland or Scotland. She thinks they are the most beautiful places ever. Scotland really is gorgeous. Then Eli Zander Tsoto saying he'd love to take his wife to the Canary Islands to enjoy his dream holiday. Well, hopefully you guys can get yourself there. If you want to enter, you've got to fill up with 400 Rand or more at any participating BP station. Then simply swipe your activated Avios card and you'll automatically be entered into the Fuel My Festive competition. If you don't have your Avios card as yet, all you need to do is collect your Avios card from a participating BP station, register on avios.com, and then start accumulating those entries by swiping your card every time you fill up with 400 Rand or more at BP. And for all of the information and, of course, terms and conditions, you can find them on expressoshow.com or bp.co.za.
Or what the holiday is just around the corner, you might want to learn to make something pretty delicious. We'll get into the kitchen and teach you how to make a ginger strawberry smoothie. Absolutely mouth-watering. And then, of course, big clash coming up this weekend. SuperSport United taking on Cape Town City FC in the MTN 8 final. That's why we have legends Brent Carlson and Idris Burton here to join us to give us their expert opinion. Gentlemen, I hope you're ready for the action this weekend.
Yes.
What's your dream holiday? The call of the wild at a game lodge or living it up among the bright lights of a big city? Well, make that dream holiday a reality with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive, and you could win one of 21 dream holidays every week from 2 October until 15 December. All you have to do is visit a BP fuel station, spend 400 Rand or more and swipe your Avios card. You can get your Avios card for free at BP and swipe to enter the greatest festive competition. Hashtag BP Fuel My Festive.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you incredibly beautiful peeps. You've missed an amazing show thus far, so don't move a muscle. Time now, it really has been amazing. Time now to get into some latest tech news, and I think the biggest story breaking, certainly on the entertainment/tech front, has been the release of the much-anticipated trailer for Star Wars: The Last Jedi. What you might not have picked up is that there's some crazy gadgets coming with that. Of Samsung.
Absolutely. So yesterday the electronics giant unveiled a very special edition Star Wars range of their PowerBot vacuums. Now, if you're not familiar with the PowerBot, take a look at this. It's an automated vacuum that basically learns the configuration of a space that it cleans and then obviously moves around to make it more effective. And it even has sensors that make it vulnerable or sensitive to valuable items so that it won't suck them up. But what's cool about this is that they've now brought out one with of the face, of course, of Darth Vader and a stormtrooper, and apparently also features special effects like that breathing sound that Darth Vader makes. So as he's going around in your house, it's like...
What if it goes up to other appliances?
Don't do it.
I am your father.
I knew you were going to go there. I knew you were going to... But what a cool gadget to have around your home, right?
That is really, really cool.
Certainly makes Saturday chores a bit more fun.
And I can imagine housewives are just jumping at this. The husbands are going to be rocking up with these. Baby, I bought you a present.
It's a vacuum cleaner.
Very cool. And this might not appeal to sci-fi fans necessarily, but it does kind of feel like it's straight out of the Twilight Zone. Taylor Swift had big announcement.
Absolutely, she certainly did. So yesterday she announced that she'll be launching her own social media network that is specifically just dedicated to her, and this will be something that it's invented by a company called Glue, and they've done similar stuff for Nicki Minaj, for Britney Spears, and here people, or if you're a Swiftie, you'll be able to go onto this and answer Taylor Swift quizzes, connect with other fans, and obviously get exclusive content over there. She's always been about exclusive content, so I guess a very, very exciting venture for her in her life. She's got millions and millions of followers, so you think, like,
I wonder if all of them were
exactly, if they were all to buy into that, it would mean mega tons of money for her, right?
What's next? She's going to be releasing mobile phones, then a vacuum cleaner, the Swiftie vacuum cleaner, with a little karaoke app.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Awesome stuff, man. Well, you can let us know what you thought of our tech news update. Maybe we've missed a story out there. Hit us up on our social media platforms.
Oh, well, listen, it is Thursday morning, which means it's time for us to get a workout, and we just thought we had to be outside. Mark Anthony joining us from Fitness Mafia. He is back. First time I'm working out with you, so I'm very excited.
Awesome. Me too.
So what are you taking us through today? Because I see mats, I see dumbbells, and...
So what we're going to do a basic lunge. Now, from the lunge, we're going to add on movement. So we're going to intensify what is normally a basic lunge, and we're going to just add on. So if you're bored of the basic one-to-one lunging on its own, let's create something.
Okay, so picking up the dumbbells. Okay.
So what we're going to do, firstly, step with the right foot forward, drop the knee, and hold there for 6 seconds.
Okay.
5, 4, 3, raise your hands up, and press 6 reps. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we keep it down over here, and then pass 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then the last one, we just hold it down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch to the other side.
Okay.
So what we do on the right, we do on the left. Okay. Drop down, hold, arms up again. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold.
Feel the burn.
Come on. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And final round. Hold. 6. Arms up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release.
Okay.
Add that.
I see how you can take that basic lunge to something extra. And for someone else that wants to intensify that basic lunge, what would you recommend for them?
So basically, if you want to intensify that a little bit more, drop the dumbbells, hold the lunge position, arms over here, and switch.
Oh, okay. There we go. Okay.
Try and stay as low as possible.
I asked for it.
Switch. Switch. And release.
Okay.
Awesome.
Mark, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I love that this is a workout you can do at home, but also taking the basics and just adding that extra dumbbell and making a huge difference to your workout. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Always great having you. Where can people find you?
Fitness Mafia, we're at the Boost Bar at Ideas Cartel, 113 Loop Street.
Oh, awesome. Well, that was our Fitness Mafia workout for this morning. But let's head on over to make a smoothie.
Yeah, Zoe, that is most definitely not your ordinary lunch right there. Feel the burn. We love it.
Feeling it.
Listen, let's make a little bit of a smoothie quickly to help you replenish and put back a little bit what you've lost throughout that intense little session right there.
Yes, and Mother Nature is joining us.
Yeah, man. Mark Anthony is joining us. Mother Nature is joining us. Listen, this man knows about exercise. I'm a big, big fan, so check him out. Fitness Mafia. Okay, cool. So we've got a bit of a ginger and strawberry smoothie for you, right? So, of course, strawberries very rich in vitamin C and vitamin K, great source of fiber. Of course, your yogurt's got the calcium in there as well. And then we also have ginger, which helps aids digestion, right? We want to have good digestion.
Can I go ahead and add it?
Yeah,
no,
you can, but don't
yet?
put everything.
Okay, just
I want to have a little
bit
left for garnish.
Okay, okay. Well, the thing is, if you use a NutriBullet, you have to watch out for that line. So we can always add more strawberries.
I just need like 3 or 2
Okay,
or
but
4
let's leave some. We can always add more at the end.
There we go. All right, a little bit of honey. There's gale force wind out here. All right, a little bit of sweetness right there, just a little bit of. All right, that's natural sugars. And here we have some. Yes. What is this? Some clover berries. Yes, some fruit juice.
See, I've been loving my smoothies in the mornings. Let's add more fruit.
Yeah, go
the
for
line.
it.
The line's up there, but we still have to add the
yogurt goes in there.
There we go.
All right, and
of course, don't forget the ginger.
The ginger, of course, very, very important as well.
And then I'm going to add more
strawberries. Great for the
strawberries.
immune system. Yes.
And I'll leave you some for you for garnish.
Yeah, that should be perfect.
Yeah, my favorite go-to thing for in the mornings, especially to get the day started, has been a little bit of a smoothie. There we go.
Make sure that it goes nice. We want it nice and smooth. The keyword is drink, SMS at 33728. Drink to 33728. All right, Zoe, that's good.
Oh, jeez, okay. There we go.
Look at that. Hey? No.
Okay.
I was just about to say if I can only open it.
Yes.
But you can
see. What's great is if you freeze your strawberries, you have more of a slush.
Yes.
But I love that.
But I mean, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. The color is great. It's healthy.
I want to see how you garnish this. Since I can't add all the strawberries.
Do you have one of those little umbrellas for me?
A little morning cocktail. Yeah. There we go. That's mine. Shotgun.
Is that yours?
Shotgun this one. There
we go. Well, the keyword once again is drink is at to 33728 and you get your hands on this beautiful berry, ginger and strawberry smoothie. Easy like that. Cheers.
Ooh, that's good.
That's amazing.
Clover Classic, the creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
Ugh, quite a windy little adventure out there for Ewan and Zoe. Ewan, get in here. Get in here. I thought you were bringing one of those smoothies for me. Were you not? Was that not the plan?
No, that was not the plan. Zoe took both of them.
Oh, okay, cool. That's all right. Anyway, listen, today is Thursday. Hashtag TBT, hashtag Throwback Thursday. And one of South Africa's finest golfers, Sally Little, is celebrating her 66th birthday today. Happy birthday, man. And so we thought that we might take this time to share some interesting facts that you might not have known for Throwback Thursday.
Let's do that, yes. Yeah. Now, as a youngster, Sally would tag along with her father, Percy, while he played golf, but only because he promised to pay her pocket money if she would pull the caddy card.
How's that for getting started in your golfing career?
So she wasn't really interested in the first place.
Yeah. Here's another one that you might not have known. Sally was the first female golfer from South Africa to be inducted into the South African Hall of Fame. So congratulations for that. What an achievement.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Then she also retired from professional golf in 2004, and today she runs the Little Golf Trust, which is dedicated to educating and empowering the previously disadvantaged in South Africa through the game of golf.
Yeah, Sally Little leaving quite a big legacy.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
well,
big shoes there to fill as well for their upcoming golfers.
Yeah, I think we want to say exactly from us as the Expresso family, thank you for the contribution in developing young golfers out there. But in the meantime, how about you link up with us on Facebook or on Twitter or on Instagram and let us know who's your favorite South African golfer. Let us know your thoughts on Expresso Morning Show SABC3 on Facebook and use our hashtag Expresso Show and hashtag Throwback Thursday.
So it is here, a big weekend of sports. After 3 months of preparation, finally a mouth-watering final in the MTN 8 final competition. It's here. We've got SuperSport United up against Cape Town City FC, the new boys in the game, but they've certainly proven their pedigree. And thankfully, the game will be taking place at the Moses Mabhida Stadium, despite the very heavy rains and flooding. Urban. I'm sure both coaches and teams breathing a sigh of relief, and everyone who bought tickets as well. We've got two legends of the South African game, Brent Carlson and Edries Burton, joining us this morning. Welcome, gents. You know when you're getting applause even from the kitchen, then you've made it. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Exciting times indeed. What have you made of the tournament? South African soccer is so competitive at the moment. Obviously, Wits last year finally kind of broke that stranglehold that we've seen that the Glamour Boys have had on South African football. MTN8 is a different kind of competition. Are you happy with the finalists in this year's final, Brent?
Definitely. One is a former team of mine, and the other one is obviously Cape Town team, which we all rooting for, especially me and Idris. But I think the tournament's been exciting. You know, it's 8 games you get to play to get to the final, and 4 games, and then you're there.
How important is good cup competition? We know the league is doing incredibly well, but the silverware, the tradition, the bragging rights, how important is that for a local league?
No, I think, obviously the MTN8, there's a competition at the start of the season. It's a good sets you up for the rest of the season. And I think you've seen Cape Town City, that they've just kicked on from...
Where did they come from?
The MTN8, exactly. And it's obviously going back to last season as well, where they've done tremendously well. And I think, the MTN8 and the final this weekend coming up, I think it's just the cherry on top for them. And especially for a local boy, Benny McCarthy.
Yeah.
Flip, come on, eh?
What do you make of his tenure, as short as it's been? He's obviously going to be a player's coach. The players seem to be responding to him. Has he got the chops? It's not necessarily a natural progression to being a great player to becoming a great coach. Does he have the human management skills, do you think, Brent?
I think definitely. He's been a winner throughout his career, and I think now as a coach, he's exactly the same. You can see the emotion from him on the bench. We don't know what he said or what he didn't say.
Like he scares the players in his team, right?
But I'm sure he's loving it. He's done well. I don't think there's another coach who's come out of playing, going into coaching, and has done as well as he has done.
Maybe Eric. One of the few. Just very quickly, while I've got you both here, Bafana, having looked, a couple of months ago like we were dead certainly in the World Cup, then took a bit of a fault, and not necessarily by our own kind of fault. But what do you make of Bafana's World Cup campaign? Do you think we can get there?
I think, I was listening to a report the other day, and I said, we can end up on 10 points. And if we end up on 10 points, we'll definitely qualify for Russia 2018. So it's all in our hands. We don't have to wait and hope that somebody else does us a favor. If we win our last 2 games, 10 points in the bag, and definitely Russia 2018, here we come.
I love that. Very quickly, score prediction.
I'm going to go penalties. Cape Town City to win.
Ooh. I think there's goals in the game. I'm going to give it, obviously, I've got to go with the home team. I've got to back my man, Benny. So I'm going to go with a 2-1 Cape Town City.
I'll take both of those results, wherever your allegiance lies. All the best of luck to the players, to the coaches, and all of those fans going out there to savor the moment. The game kicking off at 7 o'clock. And yes, it has been confirmed it will still be happening at the Moses Mabhida Stadium.
All right, well, still coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast Show this morning on your Thursday. Can you believe it, man? This week is flying. Let's quickly take a quick break. We're talking about The Snowman with JP Sebastian, our movie guy. He's telling us what this movie is about, what you can expect, and how many popcorns he thinks.
And in case you haven't heard, this weekend, Saturday, the 14th, The Zone in Rosebank, Johannesburg. #TIOT auditions are taking place, and we'll find out from Dumi and Kanya how they're feeling ahead of this year's Tropical Island of Treasure.
Time for some inspiration here on the Africa Channel. A group of young men looking for ways to express their creativity put their heads and hearts together and founded Playground SA. Now, their entrepreneurial venture not only allowed them to escape the dread of unemployment, but also to reshape the future of South African furniture. Brett Rogers visited the Playground SA store to learn more about this very special initiative.
What happened?
We spanked the monkey there, man.
One more time.
Yeah? We can do it.
3, 2.
Time now for a little inspiration on the Africa Channel. A group of young men looking for ways to express their creativity put their heads and their hearts together and founded Playground SA. Now, their entrepreneurial venture not only allowed them to escape the dread of unemployment, but to also reshape the future of South African furniture. Brett Rogers visited the Playground SA store to learn a bit more about this very special initiative.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso, and time for us to take a look at what is being released this weekend. And this weekend, the movies adapt crime writer Joe Nesbo's bestseller, The Snowman, featuring Michael Fassbender as his infamous anti-hero detective Harry Hole, and Rebecca Ferguson as Detective Catherine Bratt. Now, a years-old cold case reemerges with an identical pattern of mysterious disappearances, vexing both detectives. Now, here is The Snowman.
Layla Austin and Arvis Stope were having an affair, and that's the last thing my father was investigating before he got killed.
You broke into Vetlison's house because you were afraid I'd find out this was personal and take you off the case.
Vetlison was his pimp, and they were both in Bergen when the murder started.
I know how much you want this, but you can't force the pieces to fit.
Do you actually think he killed them?
I don't know. I don't think either of us do for sure.
JP, his name's Harry Hole.
Yes, it is. You really grilled me there with the detective work of how do you pronounce it? Because it's a Norwegian author, Joe Nesbo, who wrote the book. And so if I'm going to, you know, put the weight on my shoulders to be the nerd, it's actually Harry Hole is how you say the name.
Ooh, okay. What did you think of the movie?
What did I think of the movie? Well, I'll tell you what the movie's about first.
Yes.
Aside from what you just gave us already, like, you know, detective with a pattern of murders and whatnot and disappearances. So Harry Hole is this detective he's a bit on the skids. He's a drunk. His marriage is falling to pieces. In fact, he's separated from his wife, who's, you know, now connected to a new man, and their son is also, you know, living with this new family unit, and he, like, literally falls asleep in the snow sometimes. So, but despite that, he's got great instincts, obviously, is what a great detective is supposed to have.
Yeah.
He is connected with Catherine Bratt, who brings to him a set of old cases that she was studying in Bergen, another town far away. And these are cold cases. Ha, ha, ha.
No, nothing came from it. Snowman. I see it. Chilly.
Yes, yes. Carry on, please. More adjectives.
No.
So, yeah, this is unsolved, is what the basic case is. Thing is, this is decades ago. Now you're seeing the same thing where the murderer's calling card is leaving a snowman, which seems like a lot of effort for a murderer to do, build a whole snowman outside, you know, the scene of a crime. So, yeah, if you like that rabbit hole kind of story, connecting the dots and whatnot.
What did you think of it, though? Do you think it executed? Because, I mean, you know, when it comes to reading the book, watching the movie, there's always a big debate around it.
And you told me that you read The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Yes, I did.
So,
and I loved it, but I never watched the movie.
The guy who wrote this book, Joe Nesbo, is Norwegian, and they're calling him the new Stig Larsson. And Stig Larsson, since we're doing names now. So I don't know what could have gone wrong. There's such pedigree attached to this movie. I love Michael Fassbender. I don't know when this guy's going to get a break. He, in fact, recently said about Assassin's Creed, which he lost dead. He was like, that was an unideal movie, you know, when you look at it again. This movie as well, it's got Thomas Alfredson, who is the director, did Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, did a scary vampire movie called Let the Right One In. Pedigree, 5-star director. Martin Scorsese attached to this movie as well, and it's just an utter
big
mess.
names, but no results.
I don't know what went wrong. Just technically, it seemed like it was chopped. Like there were two versions, basically. In fact, some of the footage that you would have seen in the trailer, there's this explosion that happens, and I can't even remember that being included in the movie.
Okay.
So there were like some climactic changes even. I tried to do as much research.
You don't seem positive, so I need to ask you how many popcorns you're giving the Snowman.
You think it's just doing slow burn think it's just being clever and slow, but actually it's just a confused mess. I'm afraid it's 4 out of 10. Heck knows what
So even
went
if you
wrong.
have to watch it a second time, would you make sense of it?
No, and I think if you read the book, which in fact I haven't read the synopsis of the book, it's quite different from, it's not even a better retelling or more interesting adaptation. It's just confused. I don't know what they chopped out and what they changed. Unideal.
Okay,
yes.
well, JP Sebastian confusing me a little too. 4 out of 10 for the Snowman, but of course, be sure to go out and catch the Snowman at your nearest new Metro cinemas this weekend.
Find the best entertainment at New Metro Cinemas. It's your scene.
So far, Cape Town and Durban have shown us all of their smoothness, and now we're calling on all Joburgers. It's going down. Tropical Island of Treasure Maldives is coming for you, and it's your chance to shine. So do you want to spend 2 weeks in the Maldives and have your chance at competing for that shared R1 million prize? Then this is what you need to do. You need to get to the Zone in Rosebank on Saturday. This coming Saturday, the 14th of October, the auditions will be taking place between 9 o'clock in the morning and 3 p.m. in the afternoon. All you have to do when you get to that audition is tell us why we should choose you to be part of the show. Why do you think you'd be great on camera? Why do you think you have the energy to spark up conversation and, of course, enjoy the smooth life? Now, if you were looking to be paired up with perhaps 5FM DJ Dumi Foster or TV sweetheart Kanyam Kangisi, then listen up, because this is what they're looking for in a partner.
The Tropical Island of Treasure Maldives auditions are wrapping up in Joburg this weekend. Dumi Foster and Kanyam Kangisa will be at the Zone in Rosebank this Saturday, the 14th of October. But what are they looking for in a teammate?
I don't care what he looks like, he must just be able to take direction, and I give direction really well. They'll be like, yeah, you run there. I'm joking, I'm not that mean, but yeah, I definitely would like to be paired up with a guy.
Well, he needs to be tall, he needs to have a six-pack, he needs to be I'm kidding. I'm looking for someone who's strong, mentally, physically, who's got the go attitude, and also someone, entertaining that I can interact with, can be cool with. Hopefully it will be a guy.
Register for the auditions by buying a Tropica and following the instructions on the pack. Then, come to the Zone in Rosebank this Saturday and show us why you should join us in the Maldives. Details on tropica.co.za. Tropica, nothing smoother.
Oh man, I just got really excited about the new season. Now, let's turn our attention to a current season. We know that you love your weekly fix of drama, excitement, and of course, interior design inspiration with a Win a Home on Afternoon Express. And this week, we get a double dose. Today, the design duos are given the next challenge. Because they're facing some very tight budgets, they'll be hoping money will grow on trees, literally, as they have to think outside the box and outside the house for this space.
On Win a Home, we've always promised you double the design, double the drama, and double the action. And this week, we get to offer you double the episodes.
I think it's time we attack the gardens like gorillas and go, wow.
And they're telling us we can only have indigenous plants.
They're definitely not indigenous.
Basically, you guys are going to be keeping up with the Joneses then.
I think the Joneses is going to have to keep up with us.
That's right. Win a Home will be on air this Thursday, the 12th of October, and Friday, the 13th of October.
Literally, deadline is around the corner, and the pipe just burst. It went like...
It's sabotage. Oh. Sabotage is happening.
What on earth happened here?
I think it's time we jump into the pond. We're just jumping into the pond.
Double up on Win a Home this Thursday, the 12th of October, and Friday, the 13th of October at 4 p.m. on SABC3. The stage is yours.
Oh, I love that. Win a Home on Afternoon Express, brought to you, of course, by Private Property, is where you can follow the journey of 3 competing design duos as they decorate 3 homes, 1 room at a time. And if you vote for your favorite design duo, you stand a chance of winning the grand prize worth R3 million. Your choice of one of the 3 completed homes at the Eye of Africa Golf and Residential Estate, as decorated by the design contestants. Unbelievable. And of course, those finishes provided by Plascon and Caesarstone, and Premier Appliances by Grundig. You're also automatically entered for the bi-weekly giveaways as well. And the latest prize is a Grundig black glass door combi fridge valued at R8,999. So for all the details, visit privateproperty.co.za and get your entries in to win big. And of course, tune in today at 4 p.m. for Win a Home on Afternoon Express. And don't forget that there'll be another episode tomorrow as well. You get double the dose this week. We'll see how this challenge wraps up and reveals the completed spaces.
This is your chance to win the home you've always dreamed of. SA's favorite interior design reality competition, Win a Home, sees 3 design duos transform empty spaces into lavish homes, and one of them could be yours. To enter, visit privateproperty.co.za and vote for your favorite design duo. Put yourself in line to win amazing prizes in the bi-weekly draw and automatically be entered for a chance to win the grand prize, your choice of one of 3 fully designed homes in the Eye of Africa Golf and Residential Estate in the south of Joburg. The finished property will include luxurious finishes by Plascon and Caesarstone, as well as premier home appliances by Grundig, with a total prize value of more than 3 million rand. Competition details plus T's and C's can be found on the private property website. Watch the breathtaking properties come to life as the design drama unfolds and stand a chance to win the biggest prize on South African television, your very own dream home.
Lots of excitement on your TV screens. Stay tuned. We continue on the other side of the break. I don't know if you know this, but the past weekend, Archbishop Emeritus Desmond Tutu celebrated his 86th birthday.
Wow.
And after the break, we take a look at how we are celebrating his legacy.
And one to celebrate indeed. And then, of course, every lady has a little black dress in her cupboard. Well, we're going to take a look at how to wear it 3 different ways. So don't go anywhere. A little fashion coming up after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back.
Yeah, that's me. Okay, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Like light bulbs just went off.
Okay.
Sorry, but welcome back. Time for us to catch up with our international entertainment news.
Yeah, maybe you're feeling a bit of FOMO. That's why. With our first story, firstly, imagine this. What do you do when you put Sierra and Janet Jackson together? Well,
Sierra,
maybe,
Janet Jackson.
yeah, a fun day at Disneyland. Imagine that. Exactly. Well, the duo was spotted having a ball of a time as they took their kids to the famous theme park. From going on rides and just enjoying casual strolls, the musicians and their kids are said to have had a blast, with Sierra even taken to Instagram and saying it was certainly a fun time indeed. Can you imagine? I never even knew they were friends.
Cool, man.
Yeah. There they are.
I love how they blur the one baby's face out, but not the other.
Maybe because the other one just said, I want to be in the picture.
Cute, man.
Beautiful stuff. There they are. Well, moving on to another story, big-time story right now in Hollywood. Of course, Harvey Weinstein. The American film producer has been having a rough time since a shocking report revealed that he had sexually harassed several Hollywood stars, including Ashley Judd. Now, since the report, other stars like Angelina Jolie and Gwyneth Paltrow have also come forward with their claims. Now, the latest development is that his wife, fashion designer and actress Georgina Chapman, has decided to leave him amid the scandal. And Harvey has not remained silent, though. He's released a statement taking responsibility for his actions and even saying that he supports his wife's decision, well, now ex-wife, I guess. Despite his openness, the scandal is certainly one that won't be going away very soon. It's just been crazy. The years and years of harassment.
And I think more people will start to come forward.
Yeah. Abuse of power, my word. Well, let this be a lesson to anybody out there who might be thinking of perpetrating such crimes. Stop your thoughts now. Simple as that.
As simple as that. Listen, let's turn it up to a positive right now.
Yes, please, let's.
And closer to home, we love it. Now, this past weekend, Archbishop Desmond Tutu celebrated his 86th birthday. And you know what? As someone who has given so much of his life to the world, it really is difficult to give him a gift that would kind of equal his contribution that he's made to society. But he was honored with a beautiful, beautiful monument commemorating his work. And we're calling it the Arch for the Arch. Yeah, it's here in Cape Town. Check it out.
That's cool.
Among some of Cape Town's most revered historical sites, Archbishop Desmond Tutu was honoured for his role in the liberation movement, his wisdom in reconciling and rebuilding the country, and for encouraging us to celebrate our rainbow nation.
In many ways, I think we are of a generation that have been completely inspired by the work of Archbishop Tutu. He's been a moral compass for this nation. He's been a global leader in terms of truth and justice and reconciliation. And I think so many of us who were inspired by him at the dawn of democracy continue to try to do work that is a manifestation of those kind of hospitable social ideals that they promoted.
To honour this icon, the dome-shaped Arch for Arch monument was unveiled, a commissioned architectural structure that reflects the values of peace and reconciliation.
The entire arch is a metaphor for the Constitution. It consists of 14 arcs of wood, because there are 14 chapters in the Constitution. The entryway has the 14 lines of the preamble to the Constitution, and of course there's a plaque that's a dedication to Archbishop Tutu in terms of a 14-line poem. And this sits here straddling this important avenue between the St. George's Cathedral and across the street to Parliament.
The dome itself is a Wi-Fi hotspot, and visitors to the monument will be able to step into a multimedia experience where they'll learn more about the Archbishop and his work.
We're hoping that the monument forms a platform to create social awareness around our Constitution, and it enables, I guess, the general public to be able to engage in public discourse around social issues in our country and remind South Africans about the importance of protecting our democracy through the ideals and values of our Constitution.
A team of 28 professionals, including architects and a Croatian boat builder, worked on the monument, and a second one will be installed in Johannesburg.
I think for me personally, it's been an absolute honor to work on a project that honors an icon in South Africa, and in particular someone who's fought so hard in the struggle for democracy in our country.
Archbishop Tutu is really about compassion, about love, about collaboration, about togetherness. I think more than ever our country needs that. And I think what Archbishop Tutu and people of that generation, the golden generation of South Africa, inspires us to do is to be more and ask of a higher standard of our leaders and of everybody in South Africa.
For a man who's captured the hearts of millions with his humility, generosity of spirit, kindness and easy smile, it's only fitting that an innovative design stands to honor him forever.
Well, listen, it's that time of the morning for us to take a look at the Expresso how-to fashion guide. Well, it's time for our how-to fashion guide, and it's all about offering substantive style advice. It is easy to use and fashionable to a T, and in today's installment, we're talking 3 ways to wear, and it's your guide to getting maximum bang for your buck, and yet ensure you're spending your money wisely. We have Expresso fashion editor Nick Strelitz.
Hello.
I'm very excited for this because every girl has a little black dress.
Every girl, including me.
Everyone should have a little black dress.
Everyone should have a little black dress. But even more importantly, I think what's important about this series is offering a style advice to viewers, but saving while doing it at the same time.
Yes.
Style and savings are not mutually exclusive terms.
No, because when I buy a dress, I always think of how can I get the most use out of this dress without being like, oh, she's wearing that dress again.
100%. And times are tough, and we want our wardrobe to really go the distance.
Yes.
So that's what I'm doing today with the little black dress.
So what is our first little pointer?
Yes. So we're doing 3 ways to wear. So first I'm talking the work week little black dress.
Okay.
And here we have Wawa coming out. So Wawa's wearing the little black dress, but I've got it on with a structured blazer.
Okay.
So again, it's about mixing sort of quintessential office pieces, but giving them a much needed update. So rolling up the sleeve a little bit.
I have to ask, growing up, I always got told never wear navy and black together. Is that still a no-no? Like, is that still old school?
Otherwise, I will be ejected off of the show because I love navy and black.
Okay.
I hope other people do as well.
Okay.
Anyway, she's got the functionality with the big bag, so it's functional. She can put her papers, everything she needs, but she looks modern.
I love that she's wearing it with the brogues because you can also pair this with, you know, heels, a boot.
I'm thinking comfort, so I'm thinking you're on your feet for 8, 9, 10 hours.
Okay.
Why not do a flat and a brogue? That detailing there, the beautiful detailing of the toe, just gives it something extra.
Yes.
It's all about extra.
I love that.
Extra.
Okay,
Yes.
what is our next look? Because did you say this is workwear?
So this is work. So this is workwear Monday to Friday.
Okay.
Now we're doing. It's the weekend. We are going out.
Yes.
And we are showing our style. So during the weekend, it's all about street style. So this is for the quintessential street style woman. And what says street style better than denim?
Yes.
Denim on denim. Is there more denim?
No,
that's it.
just
less
2
denim.
layers.
We've got the sequins cap. So again, it's about, we're using the little back dress. It's the focal point, but this is really about that coolness. We want to look like she's coming out of the streets of Paris or London where there are no rules. This says no rules.
I like that. I really like that. And I love that you added like the sequins cap.
Just gives it something extra, hey? Like, this is all about, we've got the statement choker, she's got the satchel. There's just sort of an effortless coolness about this. So people who want to do the street style can do the little back dress and pull it off.
Okay, so we've now seen workwear, we've now seen weekend street style wear. What is your third look?
We are going out for dinner, y'all.
Okay.
Or to like an Oscar party.
Okay.
So this is evening wear, so this is the glam.
Okay.
I think a lot of people think the LBD can't actually work for those glam evenings, that it's a little bit too simple.
Okay.
But again, it's all about the right accessories.
How to take it to that next level.
Take it to the next level. So my 3 sort of rules for the evening wear LBD, it's all about the clutch.
Okay.
Yeah, clutch. It's all about the block heel. I want to do nude as well because it offsets the black. It's all about drama with the evening LBD.
Okay.
That really elevates this to the next level. And then a turban, because why not?
Why not? I really like this.
Doesn't it look great?
Yes.
I mean, this can take you sort of drinks with the girlfriends, dinner with your baby boo.
Yes, and all of these things are oh so chic. I really, really love this.
It's really chic, and they're all from Woolworths, which is amazing. So we have all the 3 girls coming out here.
We're going to bring all the ladies out. I'm going to stand up so you guys have the floor. There we go.
See all 3 of them here together.
Yes.
Right?
And it's all different dresses they're wearing, or
No,
the
it's
same
all
dress.
the same dress, so that's the cool
different
thing.
ways. Okay,
And
so it's
I'm all
not
about-
different black dresses.
Exactly, so it's one dress, 3 ways. So this is all about sort of bang for your buck, making the piece sort of last day, night, regardless of style, season. And it's all available at Woolies, this dress and all these sort of style staple pieces.
Oh, I love that. Nick, thank you for joining us and
Thank
showing
you.
us this. I mean, I didn't even realize it was the same dress.
It's the
but it
same
makes sense,
dress.
the same dress.
Yes.
Absolutely makes sense. It's the same dress. So ladies, there you have it. If you need a workwear outfit, a street style outfit, or even an evening going out, it's all about one little black dress that you can wear 3 ways.
All right, so Angie running around the kitchen, making sure everything is ready. From those LBDs, it's time for dessert. Now, we know summer's around the corner. Even though it's a bit chilly in some parts of South Africa today, it doesn't matter because there's always time for a frozen coconut meringue and strawberry cheesecake, just like this beauty we have on this plate. Man, that looks amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, Angie, you're going to spoil us today.
Exactly. Why just make cheesecake, and if you can make frozen cheesecake, turn
With
it into
meringue and
with
coconut
meringue and
and-
strawberries and whatever.
And it's all contained in that.
It's cute,
right
isn't
there.
it? So it's like it's cheesecake, but it's frozen into an ice cream. So
I love
it's really good for summer.
Let's make it.
Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to first you would make your coconut meringue.
Okay.
And that is a very straightforward meringue. We've got some desiccated coconut mixed with icing sugar, blended in a food processor, and then fold it into your meringue.
Yes.
Bake it. You can just pipe little rounds, or you can bake a whole sheet and cut out the rounds when they're done.
Okay.
So those are already made for us, thankfully.
Right.
And we're going to do the cheesecake filling. So we've got our full fat cream cheese. We're going to pop that into the mixer.
All right,
a little
easy
bit
like
tricky,
that.
yeah. Okay, so that goes into the mixer along with some icing sugar. And I always do the icing sugar first with the cream cheese because the cheese is quite hard and it's difficult to get it to mix. So we just give that a good mix.
Okay, so let's take it easy at the beginning. You know, don't want to make too much of a mess. The keyword is cake. SMS that to 33728. That's cake to 33728 to get your hands on this beautiful little cheesecake we have right here. Perfect for those summer afternoons, eh?
Right, so that's mixing. I've added a bit of vanilla for flavour. We've got our gelatine, which we've soaked already. I love this. Don't you love the feeling of that?
This is beautiful stuff,
Yeah,
eh? This is beautiful. It de-stresses you. It's absolutely amazing.
Okay, so it's all been soaked in cold water.
Okay.
We're going to put that into the pan just to melt down very, very quickly. We don't want to boil it.
Yes.
And as soon as it's melted, we're going to add it in here.
Wow, that was quick.
That was quick, eh? Add it in there. Mix it a bit longer. Gosh, I don't know how this thing works. Okay.
There we go. You got it. You got it.
Right.
You got it.
Okay, we'll turn that off. That's mixed up. Whoopsie. And then we've got some ready whipped cream here. This is just normal cream, which we've whipped. And that's going to get folded through.
So that just folds into the mix. So this is basically your cheesecake
It's a very,
now.
very simple cheesecake recipe, but it works.
All right.
So that's our cream. We've got some strawberries that we've soaked in Cointreau. They could just be soaked in sugar if you don't want to use the alcohol, but I like the alcohol, so why not?
It gives a nice flavour
Exactly.
as well.
And then we just mix that again.
Okay. Oh, and look at that. Right. Okay, so once you've done that,
once that's done,
this is what it looks like.
You end up with this, and we're going to just put our meringue into the base of one of these ring molds, whatever you've got that works for you, and then we fill it up halfway. So it's got strawberries in it, it's got cheesecake halfway.
Oh, look at that.
Put the next one in, and then fill it up.
That's it.
And then, so easy, pop it into the freezer.
And then you come out with
this. So what I did was to make life easier to get it out of the mold, is you just wrap it in a little bit of paper.
Okay, so wrap it first and then line it.
Exactly. So it's so super simple when you take it out, and then you can just nice and neat.
And you garnish it.
And there we go. And then we've got a strawberry sauce as well, because you know you can have too many strawberries. And pour that over.
Look at that, man. That just looks absolutely delicious. Right. So if you don't have these kind of small little molds or whatnot, just make a big...
Just make a big one.
Make a big one and layer it, a cheesecake.
Do you know what little I've got for you?
Yeah.
You know those little tomato paste tins?
Yes.
You buy those, take the bottom and the top off, get rid of the tomato paste, and then you've got little ring molds. They're perfect. You use them over and over again.
Hey?
Yeah.
Little kitchen hack right there. Awesome stuff. SMS the keyword cake to 33728 to get your hands on the recipe for our beautiful cheesecake. Man, this is spoiling us on a Thursday. Absolutely love it. Check it out on our website a little bit later on as well. That's expressoshow.com. And gee, what a rock star.
Clover Classic, the creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
Well, we're taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. We've had one stellar performance from them, another one on its way. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not want to miss out on Manoosh. They're going to perform after the break.
You say ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's so
official, man. It really is official. Then it's officially SA National Marine Week. We're going to get into what you need to know to do right by our conservation efforts. It's going to be an awesome chat as we head into the wild after the break.
One, two, one.
All right.
Can you bring the performance here?
That's on our Instagram story.
And then will you save it afterwards?
It's just gonna take a short clip.
I woke up one morning singing out loud. I said I'm free. I woke up one morning singing I could be whoever I wanna be. With the sun in my face and a breeze in the air, there's no place I'd rather be than standing right here. I don't know about you, but today's a good day for me.
Get on up, get down.
Don't let things get to you.
Get on up, get down.
I've had tough times too.
Get on up, get down.
I speak no word of a lie.
Get on up, get down.
The least you can do is try. For the people in my life.
Are you guys happy? Are we happy? Yes?
Just tune one more time, please.
Tuning.
Who's talking next? Can you talk to Sarah again?
Yes. As the two of us.
Only they're mic'd up, so I can talk to them.
Cool, perfect.
You.
So with the EP you guys are currently recording, are you kind of keeping this authentic sound, or is there a lot more production?
We're keeping it fairly authentic. Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be like...
That means
The tools will set you free.
Who's the hot lady you were with at the event we last saw?
But you're doing this thing.
Good job.
Well done, well done, well done.
Oh, well done,
Well done,
Casta.
Well done, Madam Casta. Well done.
Oh, Casta, well done. Well done, Casta.
Well done.
This is so much fun.
Good job.
Catch her right? Yeah. It's in his head. It's in your head.
It's really there. Was I singing the video?
Yeah.
Not damn, it's good. It's good, David.
Yo, guys, this is
No, later.
Later.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
This is your feel-good breakfast show. Happy Thursday to you if nobody said it already. Manoosh is in the house, of course, one of my favorite bands. And listen, they are on the way to releasing a very highly anticipated EP a little bit later on this year. But if you are like me and you're very impatient, then go and check them out at Cafe Rue this evening, 7 p.m. Tickets will cost you $120 a piece. And right now they're about to perform a song that's quite appropriate for this time of the morning. Bati Vuka.
Singing out loud, I said I'm free. I woke up one morning singing I could be whoever I want to be. With the sun in my face and a breeze in the air, there's no place I'd rather be than standing right here. I don't know about you, but today's a good day for me.
Get on up and get down.
Don't let things get to you.
Get on up and get down.
I've had tough times too.
Get on up and get down.
I speak no word of a lie.
Get on up and get down.
The least you can do is try. For the people in my life, I thank my lucky stars. I'm grateful for the day that I don't spend behind bars. I'm happy to have freedom in body and in mind. Too often we take these things for granted, I find. I hope one day we'll see the world in more than black and white. So I've got myself all packed and ready. I'm fighting the good fight.
Get on up and get down.
Don't let things get to you.
Get on up and get down.
I've had tough times too.
Get on up and get down.
I speak no word of a lie.
Get on up and get down.
The least you can do is try. To the foe, to the fight, to the fun, we march to the beating of our own drum. We're a nation, a creation with no depreciation. Each and every human is the same. The pain, the struggle, the sorrow is real. You never really know how some people feel. To go from meal to meal, not knowing what comes next. You make a deal with the devil and you end up hexed. I'm blessed. I forgot the history, the misery caused by those I've never even met. Yes, it's time to be different and make a change. It's time for us to say, I woke up one morning singing out loud because I'm free. I woke up one morning thinking I could be whoever I want to be. I woke up one morning singing out loud, I said I'm free. One morning knowing I could be whoever I wanna be. Get on up, get down, don't let things get to you. Get on up, get down, I've had tough times too. Get on up, get down, I speak no word of a lie. Get on up, get down, the least you can do is try. Get on up, get down, I've had tough times too. Get on up, get down, the least you can do is try. Get on up, get down, don't let things get to you. Get on up, get down, the least you can do is try. Get on up, get down, don't let things get to you. Get on up, get down, the least you can do is try. Get on up, get down, get on up, get down. Get on up.
Manoosh on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Beautiful stuff. A song called Vuka. And I said, yeah, you can check them out at Cafe Rue tonight. Listen, but also don't sleep on these guys. Vuka right now, because you guys are doing something really cool. Tell me about the ESP Africa Legends Challenge.
So the ESP Africa Young Legends competition is a competition that we've entered, and we've gotten into the final 20. Yes. And if we win this competition, we get to play at the Cape Town International Jazz Festival in 2018. So what you need to do is you need to go to www.espafrica.com/top20/ and vote Manoosh, because we need all your votes to make it happen.
Excellent stuff. Well, those details are on your screen right now. Go out there and vote for Manoosh. And also let us know what you thought about that performance on our Feel Good Breakfast Show's Facebook page.
Let's quickly get a roundup of your news headlines here on your Thursday morning. En in jou nasionale nuus, die Parlement se Openbare Ondernemingskomitee het bevestig dat hy aanstaande Dinsdag met sy ondersoek na Eskom gaan begin. Die komitee is een van die 4 wat opdrag van die nasionale vergadering se voorsitter Cedric Valek ontvang het om beweringe van staatskaping in staatsbeheerde ondernemings te ondersoek. Die komitee probeer sedert Junie 'n geskikte persoon vind om getuienis te lei, as ook hulpbronne vir die ondersoek. Dan die onafhanklike verkiesingskommissie, die OVK, het 'n omvattende aanlyn veldtog van stapel laat loop om die adresse van sowat 26 miljoen kiesers betyds in te samel en te bevestig om 'n geloofwaardige verkiesingslys vir die 2019 verkiesing saam te stel. Die konstitusionele hof het in Junie verlede jaar bevind die OVK kon nie die kieserslys suksesvol saamstel nie. Die land se 26 miljoen geregistreerde kiesers sal nou hulle besonderhede aanlyn kan opdateer en bevestig. Die sowat 3 miljoen wat nie geregistreer is nie en diegene wat nie toegang tot die internet het nie, sal by openbare sentra gehelp word. In jou internasionale nuus vanoggend, die Spaanse eerste minister Mariano Rajoy het na 'n noodkabinetsvergadering waarop die Kataloniese separatiste se onafhanklikheidsverklaring bespreek is, gedreig om Katalonië se streeksautonomie op te skort. Rajoy het in 'n televisierede gesê sy regering sal besluit hoe om die saak te hanteer wanneer hulle weet of onafhanklikheid reeds verklaar is. Charles Puigdemont, Katalonië se leier, hou vol Kataloniërs het die reg tot onafhanklikheid verdien, maar sê dat hulle eers met Madrid 'n gesprek moet tree voordat hulle dit kan implementeer. En ten slotte, meer as 150 mense word vermis in weggolbrande wat erge skade in die wynstreek van die noorde van Kalifornië aangerig het. Die amptelike dodetal staan op 17 en meer as 2000 geboue is in die brande vernietig wat Sondag ontstaan het. Amerika se president Donald Trump het 'n ramp in Kalifornië aangekondig en federale fondse en hulpbronne beskikbaar gestel om te help in die stryd teen die 17 groot brande wat steeds woed. Dit was jou nuusoortrekke hier op jou Goed Voel ontbytprogram vir jou donderdagoggend.
Started here in South Africa first, where SA Rugby have announced that Springboks forwards coach Johan van Graan will be leaving the national side to become the new head coach of Irish-based side Munster. Van Graan joined the Springboks coaching staff back in 2012 and has since coached the side for 69 tests, working under both Heine Kamer and Alistair Coetzee. Van Graan is expected to join Munster next month, having signed a contract up until June in 2020. We certainly wish him well. Then on to tennis. Roger Federer marched on to the round of 16 at the Shanghai Masters yesterday as he beat Argentina's Diego Schwartzman in straight sets. After a close 7-6 win in the opening set, Federer made light work of the second, eventually seeing out a 6-4 win with his 14th ace of the match. In some other results coming out of yesterday, Kevin Anderson, sadly, he fell in straight sets to Jan-Lennard Struff, while elsewhere there were wins for Rafa Nadal, Gilles Simon and Grigor Dimitrov. Then on to football, the big one locally. The Premier Soccer League have confirmed that this weekend's MTN 8 final will still take place at the Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban, despite heavy flooding in the area this past week. Following an assessment of the state of the stadium, the league stated that they are satisfied with the condition of the pitch and that the final will go ahead as planned. SuperSport United and Cape Town City FC, they'll battle it out for the lucrative MTN 8 trophy on Saturday. Kickoff in Durbs is at 7 o'clock. Then a little further afield, FIFA's former Secretary General Jerome Falk appeared before the Court of Arbitration for Sport yesterday to appeal his 10-year ban from soccer. Now, in January last year, Falk was fired from FIFA and banned from the sport for his involvement in irregular ticket sales for the 2014 World Cup in Brazil. The verdict of Falk's appeal is expected to be announced within the next few weeks, so we'll certainly watch this space closely. And that's a wrap of your sport for this morning.
Well, let's take another look and final look at your traffic. Starting off in Gauteng and Parktown, there's a stationary vehicle on the M1 southbound. That's before Oxford Road exit. You can expect heavy delays from Melrose. Moving to the Western Cape in Heideveld on Jakes Gerwel Drive northbound. There's also been an accident at Viking Way, so you can expect delays in both directions. That's where we leave your traffic on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Let's quickly take a last look at your weather right now, and it seems like the northeastern part, or the northeastern part, yes, of the country can expect nice and warm temperatures with clear skies, while over along the Eastern Cape coast as well as the southwestern region, you can expect cooler temperatures reaching only into the teens, so stay nice and warm in those areas today. Your temperatuur start op jou vinnig deur vir die laaste keer. Polokwane begin op 11 grade minimum en 'n maksimum van 28. Mbombela 12:31, Pretoria 11:28. Johannesburg begin op 9 grade minimum en 'n maksimum 25. Mahikeng 14:30, Klerksdorp 9:28, Kimberley 10:28. Bloemfontein begin op 7, dit styg na 27. Richards Bay on 16 with a maximum of a warm 29. Pietermaritzburg 11:23, Durban 16:23. Mthatha starting off on 9 and a maximum of 19. East London 11:18, Cradock 5:19, Port Elizabeth 11:18. George starting off on 10 minimum with a maximum 16 degrees. Sutherland 2:17, Cape Town 10:18, Worcester on a 6 minimum with a maximum 19. Springbok 10:26 and Uppington starting off on 13, reaching a nice and hot maximum of 30 degrees. And that's a wrap of your weather Feel Good Breakfast Show for this Thursday morning.
Spend 400 Rand or more at BP. Swipe your Avios card and you could win big. Make your dream holiday a reality with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive.
All right, hashtag TBT, hashtag Throwback Thursday. And for this Throwback Thursday, we are celebrating Sally Little, South African golfing legend. It's her birthday today, and so we shared a few facts with you and asked you, who is your favorite South African golf player? And I guess it could have been very predictable. Garth here saying Gary Player, certainly one of his. Henny saying Gary Player as well. Chevron here saying the legendary Gary Player, nobody else. Then a close second must be Ernie Els. A lot of people also saying that. Sony saying Ernie the Great Els. Angel saying Ernie Els, if he's still playing. Yes, I'm sure he is. Gary Player is all around here. Leon Khabi says Retief Goosen and Gary Player. And the Wilfred Breinkies also said Gary Player, Trevor Immelman and Ernie Els. So we're celebrating a whole bunch of great South Africans on this Thursday morning.
So we're going to take a very quick ad break. You might have noticed the new guests that waddled into studio. They are two beautiful penguins, and that's exactly what we're talking about as we head into the wild. It's National Marine Week. We're going to get an update on how penguins are doing in the wild.
And also, I think when it comes to fishing, how to do so correctly and sustainably, we'll talk about that after the break.
Welcome to tropical island of treasure, Maldives.
Now is your chance of a lifetime to join your favorite celebrities in paradise and have the chance to become famous like them. Plus the chance to win your share of a smooth 1 million rand. Are you ready to come party with us in the Maldives? The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you have to win prizes, fame and fortune. Grab a Tropica for details. Hope to see you in paradise. Tropica, nothing smoother.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, it's the second week of October, and it's always National Marine Week. We love it. And marine welfare, obviously, is something that we should all be thinking a lot more about and taking greater care in regard to. So we also chat about penguins at the moment as we acknowledge African Penguin Awareness Day. That was last week. And to give us some of their insights into these topics, we've invited representatives from both the Two Oceans Aquarium and Sandcob to discuss the work that they are doing every day in the preservation of, I think, one of our most precious resources here in Cape Town, our marine life. So welcome Nikki Stander to my left from Sandcob, and regular contributor Renee Levenaar, and two penguins, an African penguin, I'm guessing, that doesn't have a name. Does it have a name?
No, not yet.
Not
but
yet.
Keep a close eye on things that will be happening in the next couple of months.
I love that. So watch this space. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on a very important time, and busy time, I'm sure, for you, but all year round you are focused on these matters.
Absolutely.
But lovely to have an opportunity to really spread the word out there. I'm going to start with what we can do as consumers. I mean, we look at fishing lists and what's green and what's orange, and being responsible consumers, if you will. Why is it so important for us, and maybe Renee, I can start with you there, to look at what we eat, and why is that such an important part of the puzzle?
Okay, so when you talk about lists, you're obviously talking about the SASSI list, the Southern African Sustainable Seafood Initiative. And they work on a robot system, so you have a green list, an orange list, and a red list. The green list is the list that tells you that the animals and the fish on that list is environmentally okay to eat. The orange is please think twice. If you don't have to eat it, don't eat it.
Unless you're starving.
And then the red list is actually no sale. So some people have permits for red-listed species, but you're not allowed to sell that. So if you see something like that's on the red list, and you're going to a restaurant and you see it, and they're actually not allowed to sell it. So that's the robot system. And why it's important that we look at this list and stick with what we eat from on the green list is because it has an impact on what our marine life is coming to at the moment, and it's not great. On the screen we have various species. That's a copper stem brass, and it's on the red list.
Look how sad he is. You can see how sad he is at being on the red list. We'd love to take your calls as well, 021-430-9881. I think what we often miss when we're eating these beautifully prepared fish in restaurants is that they make a part of a very delicate food chain, and maybe that's something that you can weigh on this. These are vital resources that penguins, in particular species, need in the ocean. How desperate is the situation in the wild?
It's actually so worrying. So African penguins feed primarily on pilchards or sardines, as some people call them. They also eat anchovy. And what's really sort of concerning us at the moment is that the list that Rene is talking about, the SASSI list, sardine have been on the green list for years, and it's always been regarded as sustainable. Plenty of sardine. Everyone knows about the sardine run that goes up the East Coast.
Yeah.
And it's recently been reclassified and it's been added to the orange list, which means that there's less food for penguins, which means that they are at even more risk of becoming extinct in the wild.
Give us an update on the situation of the African penguin. How has that impacted their ecosystem and their numbers? Because you obviously get to see that.
Sure. So if we go back to the 1900s, there was over 1 million breeding pairs of African penguins in the wild. There was lots of them, and there's lots of threats that's facing them. But one of the major threats is food shortage. And, of course, they're competing with commercial fisheries, which use purse-seine fishing nets, and they take a huge quota. And over the years, that quota has been reduced because, obviously, we've known for some time that fish is a problem. But certainly the penguins have to swim further afield to try and find their food source, and they're not finding enough. So we're seeing... We're seeing that the penguins are not finding enough food. They're not finding enough food to feed themselves and their chicks. So the chicks are dying and the population is really struggling. So we're down to about 23,000 breeding pairs left in the wild, and they are an endangered species.
Wow, from 1 million down to 20,000.
Really concerning.
We're going to get into some of the mating habits. I know they have an incredible kind of lifestyle, if you will, and get into more of what we can do as being responsible consumers. We'd love to hear from you as well, 021-430-9881. That is the number to dial, and we'll discuss more around Marine Week. In fact, right now we're going to explore a little bit more into how we can, as consumers, be better shoppers and look at what it really entails in terms of responsible fishing.
Now, it's National Marine Week, and we turn our attention to our beautiful oceans and the life within it. Now, this morning, we have Hezron Joseph in studio with us to talk about the importance of responsibly sourced seafood choices and the difference it can make to our marine environment. Hezron, lovely to see you, my friend.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Look, I don't think we need to stress the importance of looking after our oceans. We know that it is important, but I know that it is equally important for Woolworths as well, specifically when it comes to responsibly sourced seafood choices. What exactly does that mean with regards to Woolworths?
For us, responsibly sourced seafood is all about understanding where the fish is coming from and what the impact on the environment was in catching that fish. We recently launched a MSC certified pole and line called tuna, and being pole and line, there's a minimal impact on the environment. There's less bycatch, there's less endangered species that get caught up in the fishery, and that is what is important for us in putting on what we put on our shelves.
Now, as a big company, I mean, what are you doing to encourage customers to buy sustainably sourced fish options as well? And because I know that, I mean, at the heart of Woolworths, I mean, they really are passionate about the environment, specifically our oceans as well.
Well, a number of years ago, we started our Fishing for the Future program, and you'll find this logo on our seafood packs, and that is all about this journey that we've been on in understanding where the fish is coming from, what is the environmental impact. And we've also put the Fishermess logo on the back of the pack, so you can take the piece of fish that you've bought or the can of tuna that you bought and SMS that to the number, and it'll tell you a bit more information about the fish, where is it from, how it's been caught, etc. So yeah, that is what's important for us in minimizing our impact on the environment.
I love the fact that you're taking almost like an educational angle to this, because I think a lot of people want to do good and want to look after the oceans, but don't necessarily know how to. But to buy something as simple as an SMS and getting a direct response in terms of yes or no, I think it can go really far.
Yeah, and it's quite quick. You get the SMS and it gives you the information. And there's also other places that you can go. You can visit the SASSI website. You can even visit the Marine Stewardship Council's website and find more information about the fish that you just purchased.
Exactly. It really is all up to us at the end of the day. You know, individual, your effort, but collectively we can make a big difference. Now, in terms of, you know, advice for Woolies customers, what should they be looking out for when they are going to buy fish, products?
Well, apart from the Fishing for the Future logo, I also encourage customers to look out for the MSC logo that they'll find, for example, on our canned tuna product. And that's to show that it's traceable throughout our supply chain. We know where it's coming from. The fishery has been certified, and the Marine Stewardship Council has been a partner of ours on our journey for as long as we've been on this journey. So it's an important thing that you can do, and to look out for these things that help make a difference in the sustainable choices that we make every day.
And like at the end of the day, I said, you know, encouraging a single customer, but at the end, you know, it's the masses that's going to make the difference. So it needs to be a big, big focus, I think, for everyone.
I think so too. And a product like tuna is something that we all probably buy weekly, and something like certified tuna, and something like tuna that we buy regularly. Those are the things that make a difference of making a sustainable seafood choice.
Hezron, thank you so much for joining us this morning, man. Really, really appreciate it. So when you buy your fish from Woolies, you are actively joining them to ensure there will be fish in the sea for future generations to enjoy. So make the right choice by choosing wisely and buy responsibly sourced fish.
So again, we are inviting you to call us with your eco or wildlife related questions, or maybe to tell us a bit about your experiences traveling with animals and experiencing, in fact, the marine life. That's our focus, as it is Marine Awareness Week. The number to dial 021-430-9881, or you can post those questions on Facebook or Twitter. We're joined by Nikki and Renee, offering us a very unique perspective, in particular on penguins. It is, of course, or at least was, African Penguin Awareness Day. You've just shocked me with the massive decline in the numbers of African penguins, which says to me that SANCCOB's role is changing. It's not necessarily just about rehabilitating maybe those animals that have been affected, or birds affected by oil spills, which is terrible and has huge emotional attachment, but more about what you can do to impact the numbers of penguins in the wild. How has your work changed?
You know, SANCCOB was established in 1968, and we're renowned for our oil spill response work. Most notably, the MV Treasure that sank in year 2000. It was like the biggest oil spill affecting seabirds to date. So that's what we're known for. But our work has changed. So thank goodness there's less oil spills today. We still have a lot of spills happening, particularly in the Eastern Cape, because we have two centres also in the Eastern Cape region. But these days we actually work with government authorities like SANParks and Cape Nature, and when the African penguins go into molt every year, they actually abandon the chicks that are left there. So when they go into molt, they actually are not waterproof anymore, and they can't go into the ocean to hunt for food. So whatever's left in the nest, unfortunately, they have to leave, and those chicks would perish. SANParks and Cape Nature go into the colony, and it's actually a conservation intervention where they take those chicks out and bring them to SANCCOB, where we hand rear them.
It's almost like a nature's knee-jerk reaction to the decline.
It is, and it's quite controversial, because there's lots of people who would argue that we should leave nature alone, but considering the rapid decline of the species, we have to intervene. And those chicks are brought to SANCCOB, and they actually do very well. And independent research has shown that hand-reared chicks do just as well as naturally reared chicks in the wild.
Well, I know all conservation exists in a grey area at the moment, and that's, I think, is part of the battle. And we know that awareness weeks, they are hugely important. I'd like to know from you, Renee, how much of an effect do they actually have? For instance, if we look at waste in the ocean, and you've changed my mindset on waste. I cut all the loops now in other people's dustbins. You know, you really have broadcast that message. Are we having an effect? Are you seeing a shift?
Well, you're a great example of having an effect. So there is a shift. It's a slow shift. It starts with one person. So every single person that we can teach something about the ocean, or teach them how to look after the marine life, teach them how to not affect the marine life through litter and plastic and things like that, every single person makes a difference. Because you're cutting loops, somebody's seeing you cut those loops. That person hopefully will go on and cut loops. Somebody will see that person. So it's that knock-on effect. And the shift, I believe there is a shift. I don't think the shift is fast enough. So the more people that can join us in the shift, please join us in the shift. And and we're seeing it in our numbers at beach cleanups. Beach cleanups are growing. People are joining in. I see every time I go to the shop and I see somebody take out their reusable bag, I am that strange person that knocks you, taps you on the shoulder and says, thank you for using a reusable bag. It's great. So yeah, we are seeing some changes. Also seeing the changes in legislation coming through. Just this last week there was quite a big announcement from the DA talking about plastic bags.
So it's happening on the highest level as well. We're going to continue this discussion. Again, we'd love to hear from you. 021-430-9881, or drop us a question or even a comment on Facebook or Twitter. We're going to take a very quick ad break. We'll see you now.
Whether you're into the majesty of a mountain range or prefer endless sand dunes, make your dream holiday a reality with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive. BP is giving away 21 dream holidays every week from 2 October until 15 December. Simply visit a BP fuel station, spend 400 Rand or more and swipe your Avios card to enter. Get your Avios card for free at BP and enjoy a travel adventure with hashtag BP Fuel My Festive.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. The second week of October is always National Marine Week, and we love getting into our Into the Wild segment by obviously joining the plight of the African penguin. It was African Penguin Awareness Day as well, so we're loving having our two experts, Nikki Stunner and Renee Levener, here from Sandcob, and of course from Two Oceans. We love having you here every time you come. You've brought a beautiful African penguin there who doesn't have a name yet. Watch the space, that's all I'm saying. But they've got a beautiful kind of their own lifestyle. Seems to be very human in many ways. Maybe, Nikki, you can open us a window into how they mate. Do they mate for life? I've heard that is a reality.
They do. They're one of the seabird species that find a partner. So they become sexually mature when they're about 4 years old, and they find a partner and they will mate at the breeding site. And then they'll go off and find fish, and then when it comes around to breeding time again, they'll actually call and find that individual, which is pretty romantic, if you ask me, that they can actually find that individual amongst like hundreds or thousands of other African penguins that look exactly the same to you and I, but they can find that individual and mate year after year.
How do they do that? What genetic trick do they have?
I mean, they have this innate desire to reproduce, and if they find a mate that they can have successful clutches with year after year, then they'll stick to that. If, however, they mate with an individual and the clutch fails, so the eggs don't hatch, they can divorce.
They can do. Such is life.
Such is life is exactly like I say.
It really does happen.
Yes.
I think, Nikki, Renee, you have the opportunity to get a much broader perspective on marine life. And we've seen, as Nikki has said, a massive decline in the numbers of African penguins. What other kind of areas are you most alarmed of when we look at the bigger picture? Why is Marine Week so important? What species do we need to focus on?
So at the Two Oceans Aquarium, we focus on two things that's marine related. That's overfishing and plastic pollution. Yeah. So those are our two big things. I've introduced you to Bob a couple of times. Bob, our turtle. That
turtle, not our Bob the dog.
Not Bob the dog. Though they do look quite alike.
They've got a similar demeanour,
Bob the turtle with his plastic that he kindly left us one morning after his bowels started moving, and the balloons and things that came out of him. Then we also look at how small loggerheads are coming in more and more with plastic in them. And the reason for that is that little hatchling loggerheads, they're drifters. They drift with the ocean currents and they eat everything that's around them. And there are so many pieces of microplastics in the ocean, and they eat that, thinking it's food. So we have Sandkop is a very good story about Bobby the cormorant. That he had a straw twice.
He ate a straw, and so straws are bad news, people. If there's something that you can take home today, just
don't.
Ditch the straws. They are very dangerous to sea life.
We're going to continue to look at a few more ways that we can get behind what you guys are doing at this moment, especially. And again, we'd love to hear from you if you've got any calls or comments. 021 430 9881. But right now, we're going to continue to look at the journey from a consumer's perspective of how we can make sure that we are fishing responsibly.
So jumping into the Expresso kitchen right now, and canned tuna is always such a handy pantry must-have. It's something that I have in my cupboard every single day. It's very versatile and very tasty as well. So while we celebrate National Marine Week, we thought, why not make something fishy? Now, this morning we have Woolworths product developer Vuyo Wetu with us in studio to make a very much an all-time favorite, I can almost say, a toasted tuna mayo. Definitely right there up with them all-time favorites.
Everybody has a can of tuna in their cupboard. As you say, it's an all-time favorite, but the one thing that makes this one special is MSC.
Yes.
As Hezron has mentioned, that is sustainably sourced tuna. So what I'm going to do is show you how to make this all-time favorite simple, very tasty. All you need is just some onions, some Italian parsley or normal parsley is fine. Mayonnaise, reduced fat if you want, celery, chopped celery, garlic, and a tink of lemon juice. And then, of course, your MSC certified tuna.
So there we have it. So once you see that logo, you know that you're making a sustainable seafood choice. And you can eat the salmi with a guilt-free conscience.
Absolutely.
Basically.
Now, knowing that you are feeding families, knowing that you are saving fish for the future generations. I don't know if you have got kids. I've got kids, so I do want them to eat tuna in the future and sea turtles.
It's already, if I can remember thinking back, taking the holidays with my dad and doing the fishing from the beach or from the rocks. I mean, it was great, but nowadays it's not the same anymore. Just because of the fish stocks.
Absolutely, and people just don't understand the importance of having fish and how you fish. Exactly. You might get to Woolworths and say, oh, there's not this and that and that. But remember, we only sell products that, we only sell seafood that's sustainably sourced. If you go to the Woolworths store to buy your fish, make sure that you see the Fishing for the Future logo.
Okay.
Then you know that you are helping the world.
And like we've also heard from Hezron spoke to us about the fact that, there's a helpline number on there. If you're unsure, that's a number that you can call and SMS as well and get all of that information. It's about educating yourself at the end of the day as well, because you need to be passionate about this, looking after our oceans.
Absolutely.
All right, so all of our ingredients in there, it's coming together beautifully.
It is, look at that. So you can make it as fine as possible. I mean, canned tuna, you have shredded ones or you have chunks.
Okay.
So you can break it up as much as you want. I don't really care.
I'm a fan of both. It's all good.
So, and then what you do...
And then obviously it's your choice of bread that you want to use.
Your choice of bread, what you want to do. So I will, because I'm going to butter the outside.
Yes.
So I just want the outside to be a bit smoother.
That's it. So you want a nice generous filling in there?
Yes.
Let's not be shy.
Let's not be shy at all. This is packed with protein, especially for those gym bunnies.
That's it.
You know, just there you go. There you go.
It's there somewhere.
There you go. You're gonna have some of this pre-workout, after workout.
You know what? No, I must be honest. You know that for me is a brilliant source of protein and a go-to. Yeah. I told her she's not going to be shy with this army of mine. She's making this especially for me this morning. SMS the keyword tuna to 33728. That's tuna to 33728.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put on the pan just to heat up. To make this more decadent, you know, you might eat healthy, but you also want to, have nice and tasty and crunchy outside. Instead of putting butter, you can use your low-fat or low-oil mayonnaise.
Okay, and that will help crisp it up further with a nice flavour.
Absolutely, yeah.
You see now. And obviously, I'm sure when you put it in the pan, you don't want a scorching hot pan.
No,
you want a lowish kind of heat because you want it to heat through at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's a slow sizzle right there.
It's talking to you.
Easy like that.
Yeah.
And then quickly a quick
on top
smear of the other side as well. Like I mentioned, the keyword is tuna. SMS that to 33728. Check it out on our website as well for this ultimate favorite of ours. We love it, a tuna mayo sandwich.
And then just press it down. And also, like, just to add on, this is so close to my heart. I mean, also Woolworths hearts, shoppers as well. If you see that Fishing for the Future logo or MSC logo, you know that you are saving the ocean. Yes. And also, if you're not buying that, think to yourself.
Yeah, think about the long-term.
Think about the long-term, exactly.
So there we have it. It's finished. You can serve it with some great crisps as well. It's like a chippies and a nice little salad as well.
Absolutely. And also for those who really don't like to have carbs, like carb clever, watching the hips and stuff, you can have this beautiful tuna and bean with some thinly sliced red onions and some soft-boiled eggs with some coriander.
I will say, even though it's early morning, that's a breakfast of champions.
Oh, yes, it is.
I'm going to tuck into that this
lunch and dinner.
Breakfast,
and
lunch, and
also,
dinner.
there's recipes, you can get them in the Taste magazine.
There we go. It's in the Taste magazine as well. There we go. So make sure that when you are going to go buy your tuna, look out for the MSC certified logo, and you'll know that you are buying a product that is definitely responsibly sourced. So make sure that also get your hands on the recipe and make this crowd favorite. It is tuna. SMS that to 33728.
So we're going to conclude our discussion about National Marine Awareness Week. We've got Nikki Stander from Sandcarb and Renee Levener from Two Oceans Aquarium. I've learned so much from you guys today. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to use this final platform to put out there what you guys need from us. From a Sandcarb perspective, where can we help? I've already adopted a penguin, which is such a cool process to go through and so easy to do as well.
Yes.
What do you need from the public?
Okay, so anyone who wants to help, and I urge you to, because these penguins are extraordinarily special and we need to save them, can go to our website, sandcarb.co.za, and get involved in lots of different ways. But one of the things they can do is adopt a penguin, like you've just mentioned. And for that, for 500 Rand, you can not take a penguin home, but you can
I was going to say, you don't have to keep it, unfortunately. I did ask.
No, sorry. But you get a certificate and you can name that penguin. So it makes a really special gift for someone special, and then you can also contribute to the conservation of the species as well. And that money obviously goes towards the rehabilitation and release of these birds. Other ways you can help is to donate a brick. So for 50 Rand, you can buy a brick or donate a brick for our new Seabird Centre in Table View. The current building that we have is...
just can't handle it now.
It's a disaster. It's really dilapidated. And so we're in the process of building a new Seabird Centre. We had Lotto funding. However, that's not enough money to finish the build.
We want it to be state of the art.
So we need to fundraise for that. So those are the ways you can help, and of course, if you want to donate in any other way to our other projects, then it's all on the website. Yes.
Renee, I know you're championing so many initiatives at the moment. How can we help now? What do you need?
So if you go to our website and you go to the little shop icon, there's a donate button there as well. That money we funnel into various areas, including Sandcarb. Sandcarb, our turtle rehab, our Cataloop Save a Life for the seal mental rehabs and things like that. So that's one way. Another way is just to make a change in your own life.
Yeah.
To today decide, I'm not buying shopping bags anymore. I'm not using straws. If you need a straw, get yourself a bamboo straw, a stainless steel or a glass straw. They're out there and you can get them all over the place. Go to our website, check out our campaigns, and just make that one decision today to change something in your life. And of course, buy sassy green listed seafood and fish.
Not orange, not red.
Not orange, not red.
Green.
And if you, and that's sardines. You know, sardines. And so here's a thing: buy chicken that hasn't been fed on fish meal, because sardines make fish meal.
I think what we often forget is, as consumers, we are probably the most powerful voice in that, because we affect the commercial chain and how companies then produce. And if you start buying bamboo, if you stop buying plastic products, they're going to be forced to think of other ways of making money. Ladies, thank you so much for what you do every day, not just this week. I really have learned a huge amount, so thank you to all of you who've weighed in as well. And again, you can keep posting those questions or comments you have around our marine life on our Facebook page. Wonderful discussion. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Graham. Now, make sure you stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show, because after this comes what surely will be a highlight of this day for me. We've got American actress, singer and impressionist Christina Bianco, who's going to share the talent that has made her famous all around the world. Don't miss out.
Dreaming of prizes, fame and fortune? It's now your chance of a lifetime to join your favorite celebrities in paradise and become famous like them on Tropica Island of Treasure, Maldives. Plus, a chance to win a shared smooth 1 million rand. Buy Tropica, enter and come to the auditions on Saturday the 14th of October at the Zone, Johannesburg. Grab a Tropica for details. There's nothing smoother.
City, really vibrant city. Rather, let's move back. You wouldn't say beautiful.
Christina, would you gonna play the VT now just to hear, to see if you're comfortable with it?
That would be great, and I'll check my level with it. Do you want me to sing? Is it okay? Anyone you want, baby, I'll do it naturally. 'Cause I'm every woman there only need. Watch. It sounds good. The level sounds good. Yeah. Because that's so great for impressions. 1, 2. Yeah. Perfect, thank you. Signed, sealed, delivered.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
A very good morning, welcome back. We're live, large and in charge on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Now, I'm sure you all know the phrase to go viral. Of course, it means to present the extraordinary digitally that piques the interest of the people on the internet. And to do this as a single person is a mind-blowing accomplishment. Now, this morning we welcome one such person, actress, singer and impressionist Christina Bianco, who became famous on YouTube with her diva impression, that video that reached over 23 million views worldwide and also landed her major television performance on the Ellen DeGeneres Show and the Today Show. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome Christina Bianco! Yes! Amazing! amazing, amazing.
Thank you so much.
I've watched that video like 10 times, and it's extraordinary what you're able to do. I mean, were you always that kid growing up wanting the attention, taking the center spotlight, and doing these kind of things?
Yeah, my parents do tell me that when I was little, I decided to get up on a table at a restaurant and sing because I heard a song playing. I was like, I would like to sing this. I think people would like to see it. I mean, I was always a ham. But I always wanted to sing. I didn't really do impressions until a little bit later.
Yeah, and so how did you then discover that this is actually something that you can do and decide to then put it on the internet for everyone to see, and clearly they loved it?
Well, you know, my parents tell me growing up, whenever I would sing along to whoever was playing, they would hear me sort of take on the tone or the style of that particular artist, but I didn't really think anything of it. Growing up singing as an actress and doing theater and all that, I was cast in a show in New York City called Forbidden Broadway, and it spoofs and parodies all of the Broadway shows and their stars. So in it, I did a few impressions. Well, I got reviewed very well, got an award nomination, very luckily, and then I was asked to do performances all around town. I put a little show together, posted some videos on YouTube, and they went viral, and now I'm in Cape Town, so it's wonderful.
Have any of the people that you've done impressions of called you up, like, you know, like a Celine Dion, say, you know, oh, I think it's amazing?
If Celine Dion called me, you'd hear me talking about it from New York. That has not happened yet. But the Broadway actress Bernadette Peters said she really loves my impression. American comedian Kathy Griffin said, oh my God, that was perfection, perfection. It was great. And Kristen Chenoweth, another television, film, and Broadway actress, the one from Wicked.
Oh, there we go. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, I was just at an event with her, and I chose not to do her. I thought maybe a little rude to do her at this event. And afterwards, she came up to me and she said, "You didn't do me. Why didn't you do me? Why?" So it was really nice that people are so responsive, because I do it with love. All my impressions are done with respect and love, and I hope that everybody realizes that.
All right, and I'm hoping that a lot of people will come out to your show at Gate 69 called The Many Voices of Christina Bianco. Can you give us a bit of a taste teaser of what we can expect?
Sure.
The stage is all yours.
Whoever you want, whoever you need, anyone you want done, baby, I'll do it naturally, 'cause I'm every woman, they're only me. Watch. Like a natural lady. Ah, baby, what you've done to me. You make me feel so good inside. Yeah. And I just want to be close to you, because you make me feel so alive. You make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel, well, you make me feel like a natural woman. You really do. It's terrific. Like a natural woman.
extraordinary.
Thank you. Oh,
your Celine and your Christine and your Alanis are my favorite.
Thank
oh
you
my
so
gosh,
much.
super amazing. So that's what people can expect from the show,
Yeah.
the many voices.
As you can see, I try to put in lots of things for everybody. Some of the older, more classic divas, some of the more young contemporary artists, and lots of fun singing impressions as well as speaking impressions, also songs in my own voice. And it's a whole lot of fun. I guarantee you, you won't see anything else like it.
What a fantastic show it's going to be. Thank you so much for joining us. As we said, do join Christina for her show, The Many Voices of Christina Bianco, happening at Gate 69 from the 11th of October until the 19th of October, and tickets will range between 450 and 595 Rand, and it includes dinner as well. Details on your screen. Where can we follow you online? Is it at Xtina Bianco 1?
Xtina Bianco 1 on
Excellent.
Twitter and Instagram and all the rest.
You are something really special. Thank you.
So
Christina Bianco, everybody!
Absolutely phenomenal. Man, you gotta go check out that show. Don't miss it. Right now, though, let's take it easy a little bit with some breakfast. Yes, it's time for breakfast. We're helping you out this morning using a classic tub of Clover's plain yogurt that's topped with creative kind of ingredients so we can get your protein needs, your probiotics, your calcium as well. This is breakfast in only 5 ingredients.
Made with love by Clover.
Well, we now turn our attention to our pets, and obesity is one of the biggest health problems facing South African pets. And overweight pets, they have shorter lives, are at risk of, higher risk for diseases like arthritis, urinary conditions, as well as heart disease and cancer.
Now, the crazy thing is that research has also shown that it decreases a pet's happiness by being obese. So the Hills Pet Slimmers program is dedicated to helping overweight pets like Eddie transform their lives inside and out.
When Eddie was a little pup, he was so cute. Every time we ate something like a fruit, watermelon, he used to sit in front of me with this cute little face. And then I just started feeding him. I mean, I can't say no to that little face.
A lot of my clients will say, oh, but he loves food and he looks at me with those beautiful brown eyes. But then I always try to say to them, how long do you want these beautiful brown eyes to look at you?
My husband used to say he's fat, and I said, no, he's not fat, he's just cuddly.
9 out of 10 animals or pets that walk through our door, the client don't realize that their pets are overweight.
So, I mean, we like to think that Rupert's not really round and rotund and stuff, and obese, like some people say. We think that he's the short-legged Labrador, and that he carries his weight really well.
This is Fat Cat. He used to be called Sarge when we first got him from the vet, but he just kind of eased into helping himself to whatever was around to eat, and his name changed to Fat Cat over the last couple of years. Fatty, he's always been big.
She's sort of couch potato of dogs. Very, very lazy, very lethargic, doesn't do much. Getting up, I think, is effort. So yeah, she's just a very, very lazy puppy.
So my friends call her Pudding because she looks like a pudding and she's very cute. And she's got one of those cute but little personalities, and you can't help but love her even though she's a little bit round.
People look at their pets and think that he's supposed to look like this. The appearance is normal.
I used to just feed him whatever he wanted. I didn't, for a moment, I did not think about the health consequences. Not at all.
It shortens their lifespan by 2.5 years, which is very scary. Medical conditions we see a lot, especially with the excess weight, the pressure on the joints. So you see a lot of pain, knee problems, back problems, hip problems. With pain, some of the patients are on chronic pain medication. The fats in your organs, the fat around your heart. I've lost 3 of my patients of heart failure.
He didn't want to get up in the morning. Whenever I touched him, he moaned. He was sleeping all day. He was just miserable. He wasn't. He didn't want to play. He wanted to play, but he couldn't play. Eddie was 22.4 kilos. He was really fat. He really started having knee problems, and there was a thought of losing Eddie. When Sister Norma at the Pet Slimmers Clinic really spoke nicely with me, the penny really dropped.
The diet we use and recommend is basically your Heels Canine Metabolic Plus Mobility. It basically turns your pet into a fat burner and also helps with their joints.
And I immediately stopped with the tidbits. Any scraps from the table, I stopped that immediately. We saw rapid change in Eddie. He had gone to rehab and he was still losing weight, and that was wonderful to see. And you know what? He was not hungry. Every second week we went to Sister Norma. He lost weight. He started playing with his other doggy friends. He started being the old clown again. I could see he was not in any pain anymore.
It's not love or attention by giving your dog a treat. It's just something for them to eat. It's nicer to play a ball with them, take them for a walk, give them a cuddle or a kiss. They thrive on positive reinforcement.
Well, stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show. We've got a couple more minutes of the show. Don't go anywhere.
welcome back. Thank you so much for staying tuned in. We've got a few more minutes to savor.
Absolutely. Now, have you ever imagined going to bed with a growling tummy, not knowing when or where your next meal will come from? Now, over 14 million South Africans face this heartbreaking reality every single day, and that's why this coming Monday on World Food Day, Knorr are using their scale to help combat hunger, and they've made it easier than ever for us to all join the movement.
Yep, so every time you post or share the hashtag #ShareAMealSA, Knorr will donate one wholesome meal to someone in need. One post equals one meal. Pretty simple. So we urge all of you, go out there, get online and share a post with that #ShareAMealSA hashtag and help combat, I think, one of the biggest injustices in this country. That's hashtag #ShareAMealSA.
Oh, well, you know what? We've been running a very exciting competition on your Feel Good Breakfast show where the winner will receive a 500 Rand Woolworths gift card, and it's your last chance to win as the competition ends tonight, a minute away from midnight. All you have to do is download the new Woolworths app. Once you're on it, you scroll to the As Seen on an Expresso and Afternoon Express fashion carousel, where you can swipe from right to left and you choose your favorite item from this week's presenter wardrobe. Now, once you've chosen it, take a screenshot of your item and then post your screenshot as a reply to the competition found on the Expresso Show Facebook page. Perhaps your favorite items, the Studio W utility jeans I wore on Tuesday. If it is, I would love to hear from you. And remember to download the app and let us know. Now, if you'd like a link to download the app sent straight to your phone, then simply SMS the keyword app to 33728. That's if you have access to the App Store. And if you're also an Android user, that keyword for you is play to the number 33728. Those SMSs will cost you R1.50 each. No free SMSs apply, and the competition will end tonight, a minute away from midnight. T's and C's do apply.
Listen, it's been an extraordinary Thursday. What a pleasure it's been.
It really has been great.
From Manoosh to Christina Bianco.
Wow, that was
unbelievable.
Amazing.
What a talent, right?
Sure. What a talent.
She could no, never mind. That's another thing. Anyway, listen, I hope that you come in. Get in here, Zoe. Get in here. Tomorrow, you make sure that you tune in because Friday Funnies come to you courtesy of Kurt Schoenrader.
Kurt with a beard lately.
Have you seen it?
Dude, he looks different. We have also Rumswinger in studio. If you haven't heard of that, then stay tuned. It's going to be amazing.
And Pearl to see chats about the Cape Town International Film Festival. We'll see you for that and more. We love you.
Be safe.
Never forget.
Bye.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.